Oh, now my glasses are.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Finally.
welcome to the Wrestling Guy podcast. I'm your host, David. I'm right here with the one and only Butcher.
Yo, don't tap me like that again.
And Engineer Roy.
Yeah.
And I have the one and only, the brand new and deserving UEW Underground iTelevision champion, Human Tornado.
All right. You know what? The belt looks good on you, bro.
Ah, shut up. Your name is still Butcher. That sucks.
You know what? I was going to start off all professional.
I was going to start off, but life is horrible because my name is still Butcher.
Oh, good.
Okay, Butcher, remember the last time I didn't have a belt?
Yes.
I got one today.
Well, you're so damn fucking skinny. Will it fit you?
See, look, already talking about skinny people. I'm over here the champion right now. I don't understand what you're talking about, Butcher.
Goodness.
What are you talking about?
Here we go.
That's why I picked these flyers up.
Yes, I want to get these damn flyers. Okay, let me ask you something. What's with the Mickey Mouse gloves?
What's not to love about them?
I don't know. Are you trying to be Mickey Mouse now?
I'm not trying to be the Butcher. That's one thing.
Oh,
That's horrible.
Fuck,
At
what's
least do
wrong?
it right. Oh,
Hey,
boy.
I just want to say I'm proud to be champion and not the Butcher right now. So.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Who just polished your belt because it looked like shit earlier?
Well, kind of. You polished the belt. I mean, you had to get all that supermodel finger jizz.
And I made it look like a trophy,
No,
right?
it's okay.
It looks like a nice little trophy case, right?
napkin, but I didn't like the technique he was using.
Hey, here. You know what? Actually, I put my nose on it. You can have that as a souvenir.
No, you don't have to throw stuff at the championship. I mean, it's already taken out the dirt. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all good.
All right.
It's clean right now.
Come on.
Disease free.
It is disease free. Look, dude, just bear with me. Come on. I mean, come on. You don't have to get all humble pie here. Just relax, chill. Let's have a nice little conversation. Enjoy the candies. That's why I brought them. I brought Hershey Kisses, nice and dark and chocolate. Just to you can enjoy.
Did you just call me a darkie? Is that what just came out your butcher ass mouth? Darkie? No. You could have called me the N word like any other regular ass human being. But
Hey, you know what?
You want to call me the D word? What the hell's wrong with
Here,
you?
have a Snicker.
Is that how you gonna
Have a
no.
fucking Snicker.
What am I doing with the Snickers, dog?
Snicker, Nicker. Oh, look at that.
Oh, no, it's one of the. Oh, no, okay, I see what you're doing. No,
How about
you're trying to get me in trouble with the authority over here, so you don't.
You want to get him banned?
He's not going to get
You're not trying to
banned.
get any problems.
You know what? I'm so excited
it's
you're
okay.
here. I'm
I know how-
excited.
cool.
Dude, loosen up a little bit.
Like,
You got the shirt too tight on you or something.
What?
Oh, goodness. This is going to be a long night.
Well, all right. So, Tornado, how do you feel after winning the UEW?
I feel like I need a soda with my vodka because I'm still celebrating. Yeah.
All the way down here you were celebrating.
You ain't got no soda?
What kind of soda you want?
Coke is cool. I mean,
I got lime and
I
matches.
don't want nothing that this bitch ass butcher guy calling me, a darkie and everything online. I'd rather be racist and be a crackhead and give me this Coke.
There you go. All right,
Well, let me ask you. I'm gonna let him open his soda with his Mickey Mouse.
Here, I'll help you. Okay. There.
See, I still gotta clean off the dirt off the championship now with my soda. It's all right. One day at a time, it'll happen.
Tell us about how you won the belt.
Well, I had to beat up this little white boy named was it Benagino?
Benagado?
Benagino, right?
He's called
Whatever.
Charmin.
The supermodel dude. The supermodel dude that was holding the title.
Did you take him to school?
What?
Did you take him to school?
What school?
Dude,
This
wipe
is
the fucking
underground.
peanut butter off your ear, all right?
What school do you know? You talking about the Everest College or something? ICDC? What underground college are you talking about? What underground
All right.
school? Basically, I went to the underground to
You
whoop his
went-
ass and
okay.
take his belt, and that's what I did.
Nice.
You understand me?
Clearly,
He didn't understand me because apparently he had beef with somebody else, and that's what cost him that shit. So I can't really brag too much, but I can today since I got this hard win.
Did you have a
take a shot?
Did you have a hard time?
You wanna take a shot?
No, I'm good.
Take a shot with the
No,
champion.
I'm good. I'm good.
He's good.
Was the match hard? You know, he's a quick young fella.
What do you mean? Was the match like?
I mean, did you have a hard time kicking his ass?
A little bit, you know what I'm saying? I had some trouble like here and there, you know what I'm saying? Kneecap kept, playing little tricks, you know what I'm saying? He kept pulling, tugging on it, but what any other woman would do, you know what I'm saying? They pull and tug on me all the time. So when he got in a little argument with the little short dude, right? He caught himself slipping off the top rope, and that was that.
Oh, well, there you have it. So who's gonna defend who are you gonna defend the belt to now? Who's the next person?
Who's the next person I'm going to defend this against?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you're asking?
That's what I'm asking. Do I need to repeat myself again?
No, you don't have to actually have to say anything. I can tell anybody anything I want. So the next person that'll probably get this chance of opportunity will be basically anybody in the damn company. I mean, it is their internet title. You can see the whole roster on their website and whatnot. So I don't really know what the rankings are. I know Biagio might have a chance, to get a rematch, but I not really know too much because he got other problems and stuff. Once they get those problems settled, maybe they get their mind right, then I can give him a chance at the time because I don't want you to come in there half-assing and shit.
Mm-hmm. Right on. Now, I don't want to mark this guy out, but you know what?
Okay.
Are you going to be like a John Cena here? Like you're going to be defending that belt constantly?
You don't want to see me defend this belt anywhere, like, because that would be the John Cena thing to do. I mean, I'm afraid of no man. It could be like some random luchador named Romeo or some stuff like that. He can get a crack at it. But anybody that want to step up and get slapped, basically that's going to be the next challenge because I'm not going to just defend this belt a regular way. You got do something unique because this is the internet title, right?
Mm-hmm.
Internet television. What could possibly be cool on internet television right now is they're slapping people in the face. I figure I give them like a 3-minute challenge, right? Say a 3-minute challenge to anybody that wants to take this title from me. If I cannot slap you within the 3 minutes, you can take this title. Or if I'm feeling good, you might get an opportunity at one of those UEW shows. It depends. All I need is 3 minutes to slap the shit out of somebody. That's all day.
Wow.
You right now, I would, but just because you shine my belt, I'm doing generous. Just generous.
I'm lovable. Trust me. Everybody likes me.
That, but
everybody, I'm like a teddy bear. Trust me. You'll like me.
No, it's all right.
So let me ask you: when you started in Mexico, wrestling,
really? That's in Mexico?
He started in Mexico.
I didn't know that.
And your wrestling name was El Negro.
Actually, it was Mexico, not Mexico.
Yes. All right, in Mexico.
Yes, I used to be around where all the hoes were. It was Mexico, not really Mexico. And can't really show you on the map because that's where all the hoes are at. So I really can't explain all that.
So it must be in Tijuana.
It must be in Tijuana.
Actually, wasn't it Anaheim?
Somewhere around there.
So you get the name El Negro, right? When you start down there. That wasn't offensive, or how did you feel?
Offensive? Like what do you mean?
I don't know. Did you get upset or just?
I don't know. I thought it meant the black.
Yeah. In the Loteria card, they have the little El Negrito.
I don't know. Well, like other jokes are supposed to come with the black?
No.
Or El Negro? Well, I get Negro, but it was actually Negro, like, the color, right?
Right.
Yeah. No, I don't understand why he's laughing. Like,
well, because, they were making...
I was supposed to go in like the nigga, you know what I'm saying? Was I supposed to be on Negro at first? Like, I can imagine that.
Right.
Yeah. But nah, it was just...
Well, how'd they take to you in Mexico? Because I know they, honestly, in a lot of Mexico, you don't see a lot of black wrestlers in Lucha Libre.
Did they say mayate? Did they use any of those words?
That starts with an M. But that starts with an
No,
M.
I'm just...
No, it's okay. I mean, the alphabets go in order. It's kind of like L, M, N, O. You know.
You want to finish?
Yeah.
Anyways, what was it like in Mexico? Did they boo the shit out of you? Did they call you names? I mean, give us your
With
intake.
the hoes or?
Give us your intake.
Well, what the hoes think of you?
Because he's still talking about Mexico, right?
We're talking about when you were over there, when you started off.
In Mexico, right?
Mexico or Anaheim, where was that?
Well, either way, like it was a cool experience. I mean, it was
Put a lucha.
With Lucha Libre.
Lucha Libre.
like it was hot and muggy. Can't really complain about the weather because it's what if all the fat and stuff. There was a lot of fat luchadors out there. Fat luchadors.
Little burritos out there, huh?
Fat luchadors everywhere. I mean, Piloto Suicida is a fat luchador. I mean, Shamu, dude named Shamu, right? He's a fat luchador. But anyway, other than that, the training was like very strict. I mean, a lot of cardio, a lot of running. Carrying bodies, dead bodies, live bodies. I mean, it's all kinds of bodies, whole bodies. I mean, you ever seen like a whole dude hurricane?
No.
Well, anyways, but like that wasn't a part of the training, but it actually happened at training. I mean, it was the coolest thing like ever seen. Like, but anyway, back to the training in Mexico. Mexico is a pretty cool experience. I mean, a lot of fake Mexicans, real Mexicans. Well, we weren't too fine with the fake Mexicans. They were really trying to deport them back to America, but that was just the Mexico whole way. But I don't want to get into the whole gist of Mexico. I mean, it basically I just wanted to be called the Black because that's all it was just a black jersey with my name on it. It said El Negro, and that's what I thought El Negro was just the Black.
Now, did you always have the same body weight? Because I've always known you really slim. Did you ever gain weight?
Are you asking me if I ever gained weight
If you ever gained weight?
First started?
Yes.
Probably not.
No.
Haven't lost weight. Haven't gained weight.
You always
Same weight.
How much do you weigh?
My weight.
How much do you weigh?
What?
How much do you weigh?
Today?
Yeah.
Same weight. 150.
Oh goodness. It's gonna be a long night.
No. See, I did change it a little bit. I changed it a little bit because I want to seem like a little bigger than what I was, but.
Because you're a pretty tall dude. How tall are you?
Over 6 foot.
6 foot?
Yeah, I'm not
150?
5 foot midget or nothing like that.
No.
Because if you under 6 foot, you might as well be considered.
Because you know when I first saw you, you know who you remind me of?
What?
Did you ever watch the Kung Fu the one-armed boxer?
The what?
The one-armed boxer, Kung Fu. And there's this guy, like an Indian guy, his arms will get really extended out, and he had like an owl. Did you ever watch that Kung Fu?
What? No, I don't think I ever watched Kung Fu before in my life.
Did you?
Oh, it's probably jacking off and hung himself.
No. No. We're way off on that one.
Yeah.
You know what? I guess some people.
The Kung Fu dude.
The flying guillotine. Blind guy that would chop heads off.
No, I seen The Last Dragon and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It was just a little resemblance there.
Kung Pao's a pretty funny movie.
You know what? I'll send you the link and you'll know what I'm talking about.
I guess.
Oh, yeah. So
Somebody got online or something, just because I'm internet champion. I don't really have the internet, so we're gonna figure out how to make this work within the next couple of years.
So when you were coming up, little tornado, baby tornado, who was your favorite wrestler?
Butcher.
Abdullah was pretty cool, but he wasn't my favorite. But I was always admired by New Jack, Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, Ric Flair really, he was okay, but I thought he had too much mouth. But Hogan was pretty dope.
You still like Hogan now?
What do you mean? Like today?
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with Hogan today. Everybody talking mad stuff on his son and stuff just because he killed a dude in that car accident, but wait, that's not what y'all talking about? There's something else?
Nothing at all.
What did Hogan do?
No,
what did he do?
His racial tirade. What?
Hogan's racist.
Yeah.
Never heard that a day in my life.
Well, right now, Hogan's
Booker T calling him on some racist stuff, but then, just Booker T. I mean, no big deal.
Did you like watching WWE or WWF, ECW, or WCW?
I was trying to find as much wrestling as possible. When I had no wrestling, all I could do was watch Sunday's Lucha Libre, and then watch the Monday Night Raw or the Saturday program if they have a Saturday program, depending. So it was mostly just Monday Night Raw and Lucha as a child.
So when did you decide you wanted to be a wrestler? And what made you decide you wanted to be a wrestler?
Well, I was hanging out with this little white dude, right, that kind of looked like Benagano. When I was hanging out with the little white dude, right, he was going to hitting up these clubs and stuff, and then come to find out dude was into wrestling too. So I was like, hey man, we should go try to train or whatever. He knew somebody that had a ring or know where to get to a ring, and that's why I ended up in the Mexico area of Anaheim.
So who trained you?
A whole handful of people trained me. It started off in Anaheim, right, and then migrated down to AWS Rev Pro spot, and then right after that it was pretty much a whole handful of people. You had special guests like Super Dragon come by. Pretty much the whole PWG crew was training people. They had a couple of guests from Jesse School and EWF come by, or UPW at the time when they had Ultimate Pro. And yeah, other than that, I really haven't stopped learning. I pretty much try to learn from anybody and everybody as much as possible. That's what everyone should do. I mean, we're all here is just soak that mess up if you're gonna get in.
Now, how did you, Bart or Tornado, how did you find out about him, and what made you want to book him on the show?
I don't know. When the hell did I see you first, Tornado? Was it in Anaheim or was it on a Rev Pro show?
I remember I was trying to get booked when I was barely training at Rev Pro, and me and Westside G was sitting in the crowd, and then we were like helping out. I think like setting up the chairs or whatever. But this was like the first match that popped up right after we set everything up. Scott Loss comes out, right? Scott Loss is making his way around the ring. He comes to our area. We're in the front row clapping. Blah 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 blah. Why did Scott Loss kick me in my chest? Like on the way up. It was the craziest shit. And then after that, it was a whole bunch of shit talking on Westside G's part and everyone else. So it was.
I think there was a lot of heat because they were considering you guys backyard wrestlers, wasn't it?
The only reason why they considered us backyard wrestlers is because the dude I was hanging out with was into that shit, and he knew everybody that was into that shit at the time. You know what I mean? So he kind of got like shit on the stick because he was like white boy
shit
trying
on
to
his
act
dick?
black. No.
Is that what you said?
I never looked at it personally.
Little fudge packer.
No, basically.
Anyway, it was a trampoline thing versus the backyard thing. They were trying to get all the things mixed up. It was like basically if he wasn't in the ring training professional, you was fucking backyard.
I think our advice to Tornado was to get away from the backyard wrestling scene and come to training and get legit.
Well, did you do backyard a lot, or?
Like play with my cousins?
No, backyard wrestling.
Oh, you mean like distribute and like promote and?
Yeah.
No. Nope. None of that. I was trying to actually find a legit like place to train and learn, so kind of just found the world.
But at that time, I'm sure backyard wrestling was big, right? So I mean, why not? Did you just want to avoid it, period, or just? I mean, you wanted to do it legit.
I just didn't know anything about it. Like nobody was really doing it where I was. I mean, we knew of it, but we watched the videos, but we wouldn't actually like get down like that.
I want to ask you: is there anyone from since you started your career to this very day that you wish you could have wrestled and you never wrestled?
I don't know. I haven't wrestled T.J. Perkins one-on-one yet. I think that would be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I always had fun wrestling Alcatraz back in AWS.
That was a very good feud for quite a while. Over the title too.
Yeah.
Was it? Well, if I can take you a little AWS memory lane, this was back in the year 2005. First of all, before we go into that match in 2005, what was the Queen of Extreme Francine all about?
The Queen.
Yeah, let's do a little shout to the Queen.
Man.
Because at that night, you went against Quicksilver.
I did go against Quicksilver.
What was that like?
This is the craziest thing. You ever had a coin toss in the middle of a wrestling match?
Mm-hmm.
No, I haven't had that before in my life. So that was my first time having a coin toss in the middle of the match. Actually, what kicked it off, I don't think it went in my favor, but ended up winning the coin toss, but then ended up getting my ass for like the whole duration of the match. Up until Francine gave me the upper hand on the victory.
The little Iggy?
Well, you could call it that. It's just that when my balls still was getting a little stronger, you know what I mean? I had to test his, but since it was a long time ago, yeah, I kicked him in his balls like 3 times, pretty good. Rolled him up, and that was that.
Because I know at the time in the year 2005 with AWS, you also, back in May of 2005, you went against, if I'm pronouncing his name right, Babby Slim.
Can't read what it say?
Babby Slim.
Oh, that's okay. That's pretty good. I mean, it actually Baby Slim, but
well, I don't know. It's just a baby. I'm so used to seeing it with a Y, but Babby. I think maybe some Middle Eastern.
Maybe you're supposed to say it like that. I mean, maybe that fits you.
Bart, what was his name?
Big Baby Slim.
Yeah.
Okay.
So use the
baby.
big. No, you just go ahead and use the big before the baby.
Okay. Big one. AWS, July 30th. This was back in 2005, the year. Adam Pearce. He's a big name. Not that I'm saying yours is not, but.
Yeah, that was a crazy day.
Yeah.
I remember being really, really hot. That was in the summer, right? Yeah, so it was June.
Summer heat.
I heard we have a funny story about
Yeah,
that.
that heat in Frankenstein's arena was no joke. No joke.
Oh yeah,
Many
well it
people-
gets hot in there.
Yeah.
Well, you're in the city of industry,
Fans
so you know how that
complain,
gets.
wrestlers complain, but hey, we still went and did the damn thing. Huh?
Yeah. I noticed were you having water that day?
No, I was actually not drinking very much water for quite a period of time before then, which caused quite a calamity. Ended up passing out in the middle of the match. Got taken to hospital not too far away. So yeah,
What was the problem?
diagnosis was dehydration.
Oh shit, dude. Go to McDonald's. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm looking at your body weight.
No, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't want to hit the bitch. No. Anyways, like the match after that, right? The next month, after I got all hydrated, whatnot, I cut this killer promo on how everyone should drink water, and that's why you see that cool picture right there with me holding the water.
No. Okay. I mean, it is pretty cool.
Anyways, I should have strangled the shit out of her, but it was just money.
What happened was.
Or can you enlighten us because he obviously doesn't remember.
Okay, well, yeah, it was an extremely hot day at Frankenstein's in the arena. We did have ventilation going on, but it was still extremely hot in there. Main event, Adam Pearce versus Human Tornado. I'm in the back. All of a sudden, I hear a 1, 2, 3. Adam Pearce comes through the curtains. I don't know what happened. He fucking passed out. I don't know what happened. What the fuck? Really? And everyone's freaking out. Oh my God, Tornado's dead. Tornado's dead. I look out. He's laying on the ground. I go, he's dehydrated. He'll be fine. Everyone starts freaking out. They call the paramedics. Paramedics come, check him out, look him over. This boy's dehydrated. I go, that's what I fucking said. He's alive. He survived.
And look at him now. One more, real quick, and this was back in the year 2006. You were a tag partner with Aaron Aguilar versus
Jesus.
Alcatraz, Adam Pearce with C.E. Vandepira.
Bart.
Vanderpyle.
Vanderpyle. Well, I need my reading glasses, okay? So there.
That
That
just
was
shows
the
your age.
manager.
But you know what? Real quick, what's with the hairdo? You kind of remind me of El DeBarge. You know the guy that sings "Rhythm of the Night."
Now, there's a cool thing about what you just said. I mean, El DeBarge had an S curl, right?
I love El DeBarge. I think he's great. And right there, I mean,
DeBarge had
you
a
will win a
curl.
Halloween contest.
I got an afro with a pick in it. I'm like, I'm not saying where the curl is. I know you laughing at your own damn joke.
No, I'm looking at it.
No, I'm just-
You know you're into it. Look at that. You got a little gray in your face.
I always got a great.
I see the little pick. Okay, I thought that was part of your hair.
Maybe you were stuck in the 70s or 80s. No, it's okay. It might be the 80s. Can't tell the difference from.
So how was that
from-
matchup?
Oh, the match was cool. I mean, wait, who were you fighting again?
It was Alcatraz and Adam Pearce.
Wait, what are you talking about?
You teamed up with Aaron
Adam
Aguilar.
Pearce was. Oh, okay. He did team up with that dude. Okay, I don't know if he actually like.
That's
No, because he don't really like juggalos too much. So
No, that's
prisoners and game bangers like Alcatraz. I mean,
Mhm.
kind of like the same as those whoopers. You know, I can say it on TV, right?
Well,
Wait, I'm not on TV yet.
you're not on the internet.
All right, cool. All right.
Well, another one is, were you also part of that big battle royal that they had at AWS?
That big ass one.
Mm-hmm. The
Like
3-ring one.
Every damn record in SoCal or everywhere.
Yeah. I bet your ass got. They threw you out like 2
I was
picks.
actually probably one of the top 20 up in there.
You were last.
So I thought that was pretty good out of over 100 people. So it was 159, 60.
Mm-hmm. There you go. I mean, that's you got quite a resume. And I know this is just part of
You
it.
know a cool fact, Butcher?
What's that?
Before the battle royal, right? Did you know the ring broke right down the middle?
No, I did not know that.
Everyone was in the ring.
Ooh.
Everyone took a picture. The bell rang. Ding, ding, ding. There goes the ring. One ring
Is he
down,
being serious?
2 rings
Totally
standing.
serious.
Just I've actually seen a serious moment here. So
Well, it was awesome. It looked like a movie, like an earthquake, where you see like all the Japanese falling into the opening of an earthquake.
yeah.
You see wrestlers falling and sliding down into the middle of the ring. It was awesome.
It was an earthquake. It was a tornado.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of in that ring too. It was nuts.
Now, you went from El Negro, Snowflake.
Snowflake. Yeah, white, black.
Where'd you get that one?
What, the white
That name,
one?
the Snowflake.
The Snowflake was that came from the Nacho Libre character I did in the movie.
Was that pretty good?
With the Nacho Libre movie?
Mhm.
Oh.
Did you have a good experience working with Jack Black?
Oh, just him himself?
No, playing with his wiener. What else?
Shit, if he was around, if I could get his wiener play with, you know. Sorry, I didn't.
It's still
kick it
fighting.
Yeah, I apologize.
And then you've been in Ring of Honor.
Mm.
You've been in PWG, and you've done Wrestling Society X.
Wrestling Society X, yes.
How was your time in Wrestling Society X? Well, the short time.
Well, I thought it was a cool experiment, or I don't know. I was the whole time I was trying to figure out what the X meant in Wrestling Society X. I mean, that was like the whole big clue in my head the whole time. Was like, what was the X from Wrestling Society X? No one has answered that real question. And then the position I was in, I was still confused because I didn't understand why Scorpio Sky was running around in the ring naked, and then having to be broadcast on TV. It was just like the most ridiculous thing. And then I know he heard like all kinds of people calling him names and stuff. You know, you got to fight these things sometimes. You know.
You know, when I first saw that, I came home from Vegas and that's when I first saw Tornado. Seriously, and I thought the Wrestling Society was like, oh shit, this is like the best thing in MTV. What's your intake? Because I have a lot of different words on, you know, when it went out.
One thing, my intake is MTV at the time was pumping a whole bunch of reality-based like shows, right? Like reality television, like Teen Mom, or like some Scarred stuff like that. And they'll show they'll try to be like showing like Nickelodeon type shows like Goosebumps or whatever. Like it kind of gave me like that feel, but it kind of felt like they didn't really want wrestling there. I don't know what like the show was there for. It could have been like some demographic thing, like Wrestling Society X could have been like the black dude that they need to hire for like, you know, the company to get whatever, you know.
Right.
It kind of felt like that.
Were you there for the black ratings?
I don't know. I was actually trying to go for the universal ratings myself. I mean, we did pretty good in Mexico, I heard. But other than that, it was like, damn.
Well, I asked B-Boy because B-Boy said it was sold to him as the next big thing in wrestling. Did they sell it to you that way?
In wrestling, it's sold to everybody, any program, any indie show is.
They did. They had mostly everybody in
They
there.
had a whole lot of talent on there.
How did they present it to you to make you want to go over there? I mean, did
With
you
the talent or the production?
Oh, the production. Like when MTV came, how did they come to you and tell you, "Hey, we want you to be part of this show"?
Yeah, that was the mystery part.
It was just weird how they pulled the whole plug on
No,
that.
I was just trying to figure out what the X was. Like,
Are you still with the X?
No, I just didn't know what the X was. Like, we still to this day don't know what the X was.
The X-Men cancellation.
Like, were we really an example of how, you know, like one example about, you know, how we were the only black dude, you know, that needed to get hired. Were we that example in the rest of society? Could have been. I mean, well, what's the dude named Tyler Black? You got Tyler Black as a champion, right?
Yeah. Seth
Seems like a
Rollins.
pretty good example, but are they really telling us anything?
No.
We don't know. Because I never got the answer to the damn question.
What really happened, from what I was told, is that the guy that originally wanted the program and created it, after he was let go or fired, the new guy that stepped into the position squashed it because he didn't like it. Plain and simple. He didn't like the wrestling. He didn't want it and squashed it. End of story. That's what I was told.
You would kind of figure they would go by MTV, they would go by the ratings, you know.
I know the ratings were pretty strong for a while.
I don't know if it was because I never even watched it or paid attention to it because I was there, so I didn't need to rewatch it. But, I mean, they had something different. They had the live bands playing. They had the bands doing commentary. You know, they had it was really
great, yeah.
it was different and a little bit inventive at the time, but it got squashed.
So when did you know you made it, or do you feel you haven't made it to where you want to be?
I still, to this day, like, haven't really got, like, any, like, clarification on anything after training. Because the way my training kind of ended, it was, Rev Pro was around. I trained about a year and a half. AWS tried to keep the school going a little bit, but it wasn't really established to make a school yet. So I had lucky enough to get enough bookings in like lucha companies and a couple of American shows to get started, and that was pretty much like my whole training was just doing shows. It was just show after show. I was trying to get on as many shows as possible, knowing that I didn't have training to go to, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the whole deal about like, production. Like it still gets to me a little bit. It's like there's a lot of production going on right now, and that was going to happen because cable.
Right.
So
Or internet now, so
Yeah,
things
it's
are a little
like-
more different.
they got rid of the cable, so now it's like just here. It's like your baby's like the next best thing.
Basically, you got on the spot training.
Pretty much, like it was like crash course. Like, all right, here we go. And especially at my size, staying the same size, it's like that's a hell of a thing to do.
Because you haven't changed a bit. I mean, it's like a forever young dude here, and I'm looking at. It's like, I mean, I look at some of these flyers here, and it's like you haven't changed a bit. Well, except for the one that you kind of remember at El DeBarge, but it's all good. That's a compliment.
Well, the 3
It's not an
Mafia
attack.
guy called it like a young Michael Jackson, so kind of leave it at that.
Let me ask you. You and B-Boy have been probably the 2 names I hear the most as far as like SoCal and everything. You say you've probably got on-the-spot training with everything. I mean, how do you feel like people now, like up-and-comers, they always, like, you ask them, who do you want to face, and they mention your name, and they'll say, like, oh, Human Tornado. I really want to be in the ring with Human Tornado.
That's a cool thing. Like I don't really hear that too much.
Yeah. I mean, I hear it a lot here. I mean, in a couple podcasts, we ask them, like, who would you like to be? And they always say, oh, Human Tornado, B-Boy, Human Tornado, B-Boy. I mean, do you feel like you deserve that honor, or you feel like you really don't because, like you said, you got the on-the-spot training?
Well, to be honest with everybody, I mean, the only reason why I wanted to wrestle is because I wanted to wrestle. I was that dude. I was watching it, right? When I got older, got the same question everyone else got in their heads. It's like, man, I wonder if I can actually get my ass out the couch and actually go do that. I mean, one of the craziest questions I asked myself, and once I got out of high school, man, I knew I wanted to do that. I went to like 1 year of college. I was like, all right, cool. College wasn't really doing too good because
I'm done with the books.
no, it wasn't really that. It wasn't really that. Like, because I played high school volleyball, right? So I was actually getting pretty good at it. So I was like, okay, let me go with this college thing and try volleyball, right? So just to keep athletic and whatnot, I went to like a couple practices. I see like third practice, you get like a notice from the athletic department. Your course has been canceled. Along with women's volleyball, not women's volleyball, women's tennis.
Right.
They got rid of volleyball and women's tennis. I was like, damn, college, you fucking suck right now. But lucky I was fucking like doing like a little bit of wrestling training at the time. So right when they got rid of volleyball, I was like, all right, man, that's the one sport I just want to keep doing, just pro wrestling.
Well, see, now you know why the body build. The volleyball.
And I do.
Hey, dude, I would say even
like,
for
the
NBA.
character or anything else that I do, like after it's pretty much like everybody else's idea. Like they seen what I could do from the videos or whatnot. I could pretty much be anybody I want. I could be like Baby Boogeyman or whatever, Baby Kazani, Baby Gangrel, but I wouldn't want to be neither one of them. But because I just be myself or anybody else. I'm very versatile. I mean,
Right.
Yeah.
Well, when I started wrestling, and I was very all new to the indies, and I remember the few guys from Wrestling Society X, and I remember telling Ryan, one of the guys that I would like to wrestle will be you. And then when they told me that you were going to wrestle at the Fit Pit, do you remember that? Because I remember you were like completely gone.
Yeah, that's when I retired from PWG.
Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, I actually got a little like, oh, look at Tornado's here. It was like I was all excited, like Tornado. You won't remember me. I was so super green. And then I remember Bo was like keeping an eye on us, and at the time he was guarded. But I would peek through the curtain and watch your match, and I was like very fascinated by it.
Thanks, man.
Oh, totally.
Finally,
But now I can't stand your ass. Now I got to know you.
Hey,
No, I'm proud.
maybe you can step up to that challenge.
Well, you know what?
3 minutes?
Yeah.
I wish we would.
Okay, so where did the Human Tornado gimmick come from and start?
Huh?
Where did it come from and start, the Human Tornado gimmick?
Well, you ever heard of a wrestler named Taro from back in the day?
Mm-mm.
Well, you guys got to do your research on that SoCal Uncensored. I'm just saying. But anyway,
I don't think they go that
there was a
far.
wrestler named Taro that used to wrestle at Rev Pro. He was always into these Dolomite movies. So he was always watching the Dolomite movies. After training, he'll go have a group of people watch a movie with him. One day I came in, just like, that's my first time chilling with everybody, right?
Right.
I never really chilled with them before, so the first thing I walked in, I tried to scare him because I got the door wide open. So I walk in, like, they're like, hey, we got this cool gimmick for you. He said, pointing at the TV, I just kind of just turned around, sat down, and started watching. They're watching Dolomite 2, the Human Tornado. So I'm sitting there watching this damn fiasco. It's like the most craziest thing I've ever seen. And I never really watch Dolomite movies when people having my shoulders talking about, hey, you want some of this fried chicken? You should watch this Dolomite right here. Don't really know anything about it, but went and checked it out. Took a couple of, tidbits here and there. And then whatever came out because it was Human Tornado, right?
Right.
So I kind of left the human thing like wide open versus that tornado part that I kind of created myself. So that's why I gave everyone kind of the responsibility of piping the idea of what a human should do at all times. But that tornado part, yeah, that was something that the wrestling business would like to call kayfabe.
Right.
Mhm.
I know nothing about it. Could have been that X answer, you know what I mean? And if anybody want to ask me about tornado, they could come and ask me themselves. Other than that, try to just keep it human.
So
Here's the thing, though. When he started the Human Tornado gimmick, people fell in love with him instantly. And what year did you start that? Was it 2004 or 2003?
November 03.
03. Okay, near the end of 03. In 2004, 5, and 06, this motherfucker was the most popular guy in SoCal, and wrestlers all over the United States and elsewhere were copying his style, trying to be him. And they still do today. There's guys out there on the East Coast, Midwest, and even in NorCal that have copied everything that this man did as a Human Tornado.
Mhm.
I mean, he was at the top of his game to where...
Just like I said, it was like there was the idea of what they wanted to see. Because during the time I was coming out, you had a whole bunch of guys trying to be like MMA guys. Like everybody was doing that MMA switch. So I started getting the gloves and the shorts and stuff. You know, what I'm saying the shorter boots and trying to be MMA. You know what I'm saying? I'm fighting now. But everybody was like, man, I like the fun that he's doing. You know what I'm saying? He's bringing a lot of character. You know what I'm saying? Like during the clownish. You know.
They loved the pimp look gimmick. They loved the hair. They loved the pick. They loved the bitch slap. This motherfucker, was it on Evan Bourne somewhere on the East Coast? He does a slam dunk with a basketball into a Huracanrana in a gym during a wrestling show. Right? Was it Evan Bourne?
You got Ian Rotten in the background just laughing like.
Oh, it's on YouTube. Look it up. It's on YouTube still, right?
Yep.
This guy dribbles a ball, jumps up, does a fucking slam dunk, lands on Evan Bourne into a Huracanrana. And that has been copied since, but never duplicated the same way.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty cool. I gotta check it out.
did you want to be different from what you were seeing? Was that the whole plan when you started getting?
I was pretty much open to any idea. Like the whole backhand idea came from a dude named Rising Sun. He was just messing around, joking. He's like, man, you should just come in here and backhand everybody. Blah, 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 blah. I was like, okay.
That's easy.
Yeah.
No, you had a long feud with Rising Sun too.
Yep.
Well, speaking of, I don't want to say
That guy was
feud.
good, man. It's like that he got injured.
Did any of your opponents ever got really stiff with you in the ring?
Everybody, because I'm just, small dude. Anybody that gets in wrestling training get that itch to just tear anybody up, especially a small dude. I mean, I get that same itch when I see small dudes. So it's really no different. Like I know they're gonna bring it to me, but if they don't know that I'm bringing, looking at my size or whatnot, it gets kind of a rude awakening.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of injuries, we had a question on Facebook, and they wanted to know if you can recall all your injuries and who gave them to you. If you've had any serious,
Well, I remember one shoulder. It was at an AWS match, like hair versus hair. Rising Sun went to give him a move off the second rope. I gave him actually a diamond cutter off the second. Excuse me. The vodka swimming. Hold on one second. All right, we're good. Gave him a diamond cut off the second rope. Dislocated my shoulder. Like, I think my collarbone or something, like, dislocated from the shoulder. And I had to continue the match. And then, like, right when I injured it, it was before I had to do this big stunt where I had to take a tumble outside the ring into a whole bunch of chairs. And that was from the top rope. Cool thing about that is that everyone, like, started moving out the way beforehand. And they took their chair with them.
Jeez.
So all I had was like one chair to really aim for with a fucked up arm. It was just like, okay, how am I going to complete this? Jump. Why? Because he's young and dumb. And that's what happens. Just smash.
Tornado is known for wiping out like the 4th and 5th row, like in multiple matches.
Yeah, that was all from my volleyball skills that college wasted on them, man. It's like I have to use it somewhere.
Well, do you still play volleyball? Just for fun?
I still play volleyball. Yeah, I still got some technique down. I mean, nobody really want to get hit by the ball button, but it's good.
I also saw a video of you just a couple days ago on Facebook of you doing a little track, jumping over the what do you call that? The little
guardrails?
Guardrail.
Yeah.
I was all excited to see him jump this guardrail, and he gets right to it.
We're just busting like the whole new Jesse Owens
No,
story.
everybody's doing their whole HD thing. I mean, everybody's trying to show how athletically gifted they are in HD. I'm like, man, we used to do this before the HD switch. I'm like, it's nothing.
I'm watching him running, then he stops and just gets over. He just crosses over.
I want to talk to you real quick, like female fans.
I love them.
Did any of them get crazy with you? Did they throw like any chonies at you?
Chonies from female fans. No, I actually respect all the female fans. I mean, if they want to go have a cocktail or something and get it afterwards, I mean, they can. I mean, if they ask politely, I mean, not everybody can get it though. I mean, because it's not really meant for everybody.
Right. Are you picky?
Am I picky? What about the fans or
The women?
Women. Well, I hope.
Oh no, I don't discriminate at all. Like all sizes matter. I mean, yeah.
Okay. I just thought.
Opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they can also watch a good show. I mean, why hate?
A bonus, right?
It's always a bonus. I mean, that's what the after parties are for. I mean, it's gonna be good either way, all around.
We did an Easter show where Scorpio Sky and you, title versus title, where you guys are hiding the belts, Easter egg style.
That's right. I had an Easter egg match.
This guy is looking for one of the belts under one of the girls' tops during the show. Filling her up. She didn't mind.
That's not
I got a picture of it somewhere.
Now, this is not a shoot, and I'm going to ask you because this is a question that I'm curious about. And I think we kind of touched it last time. This whole revelation thing, I mean, you're in it, you're a part of it, and whatever. Are you doing it more to help some of these up-and-comers, like maybe teaching them while you're with them, or is it something you really wanted to do?
Yeah, something like a give back, because I really don't know what I'm doing to be like as much successful or noticed, So I try to give as much knowledge as I can, as like how I kept my cool, just in case, just because they feel like they have to do something bad or do something like crazy, to get over or whatever. They don't have to do none of that. They just do what they're trained to do. You got Terex backflipping on people being like 300 pounds.
That's just impressive.
It's like you can't teach that.
Yeah. Do they come up to you, some of these guys like Eli or Terex or even Cat? Yeah, come up to you for advice.
I still learn about Eli. I still learn about Captain. Who else is in the group? Warhog's pretty new, but he's been around for a minute.
Now, you and Captain Comic you guys are pretty close, right?
What do you mean close?
Well, buddies.
Oh, like a ride and shit?
Well, I don't know what kind of ride, but yeah.
Oh, God.
Basically like a ride to the show. It was like...
Oh, is that what it is? Just ride to the show?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'm just saying, I thought maybe you guys were like, like with peas and carrots. That's all.
Peas and carrots. I don't...
Little mixed vegetable.
Yeah, you talking about somebody else, like...
No, Cap Comic-Con, ugly fucker with the mask
ask
on.
him himself, like... We don't
I'm
really
asking
do,
you
like,
because you're
like
with
peas and
him.
Carrots, like in the car, like... You talking about like somebody with like a fruit and vegetable truck or some shit. Like, he got like a regular like Hyundai and shit.
Oh, goodness. Next topic.
All right, how about this whole thing with Revelation? Do you think, is there, without mentioning names, is there somebody in the group?
No,
maybe
please give
that-
us names. I'm tired of this. Don't mention it. Just throw it out the fucking table.
Is there anybody in the group that has been brought in that maybe you've been like,
See, you know what's the cool thing about me holding this title right now? It's the truth, right? Like, I hardly know what's going on in that group, period. Like, if anything, I'll ask, like, the head dude was the manager dude, was the captain dude, for ride like to and from the show. That's what I do as talent. I mean, that's all I can do, really. I really can't manage nobody to go here and there, do any special tasks or whatever, you know, saying assassinate somebody or anything like that, you know? I can't do it. I'm just talent.
I like it.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, Bart. When did you know he was ready for you to book on an AWS show?
I think he was already getting booked at Frank & Sons for Revolution Pro, and pretty much just kept watching his progression and the fans' reaction to him. And I think I had even told him, and me and Ron Rivera used to talk, you know, it's like he needs a better name, needs to change that name, because I wasn't fond of the El Negro thing. It was a turnoff to me. And I think you were hanging out with another guy named Westside G that you just recently saw. And he wasn't very well liked. Was he the one that wasn't very well liked at the time?
No, he was actually the trampolinist that got me in the backyard wrestling. Wrestling. He used my backyard wrestling card. Like if I needed a backyard wrestling card to get, you know, feel legit, that was mine right there. At least that's what I was told. I never really used it.
No.
But anyways, it just comes around to where you see somebody and you know they got it. And it's just a matter of giving them that push and giving them that opportunity to get to that next level. And that's what Ron Rivera did, and that's what I did, and we really pushed the Human Tornado. I think your first feud in AWS, wasn't it, you were like the hero team against Diablo's Left Hand Black, right?
I think Shelly Martinez was on my team.
Shelly and Diablo was there, and Eric Matlock and Nikki, and this motherfucker, he goes, "Can I jump off that ladder scaffold?" What? So we have this amazingly high scaffold ladder, you know, that's kind of looks like an escalator,
Right.
with the wheels on it. At Frank & Sons, and we were using it for our overhead cameras, and of course we probably would have got kicked out if they knew we were going to do it. But this guy pushes it over to the ring, climbs all the way up to it, and pretty much does an Eddie Guerrero frog splash off of it onto, was it King Jakal? King Jakal. And after that, it's like the Human Tornado was just born. It was like, yeah, the things he was doing and jumping out of the ring over the top rope into the fifth row, it's like the people just loved him.
Do you get scared when you do those high risk maneuvers?
I get scared doing any maneuver in the ring. It's all dangerous. There's nothing fake about it.
No?
It's all real. It's like, can you call it like a UFC cage, like, you know, fake? Sure you can. It's kind of like calling boxing fake. So what's the big deal?
But I just figured that, you know, you're on top of a high level, and you're
maybe you
throwing
might
your
be
body
thinking too hard for not being in the ring with the name Butcher. I mean, you're not really butchering shit at this conversation.
You know, I ask you a simple
No, it's
question,
okay, it
and you're just going butt wild again.
I mean, I'm just saying, like,
you don't need to go through this.
If I didn't see you
If
in
you're
no
feeling
ring,
uncomfortable with the
it's like-
question, just tell me. You
No,
don't have to beat around the bush.
just saying, like,
I mean,
he
again,
was in the
you
ring
can't pay
training
for this
today.
entertainment.
none of these questions would be coming out your
I mean,
mouth.
because if we really want this, if we really want this to happen, I'll take your damn fucking 3-minute match, and I'll take that belt away from you.
So
if
you
I
don't
really
understand
want
how
to.
inches away you are from being slapped in the face to lose the contest and not get a rematch. I mean, it would just be embarrassing right now in front of your comrades. Just saying.
Well, let me ask you this. Friends and family, how'd they feel when you told them you want to be a wrestler? And you were going to be a
How my
do
friends
they go
feel?
watch you now?
Like if they knew?
Hmm?
I don't even know. It's kind of lonely at the top when you got this title. Or many titles. I mean, I had like many titles. I mean, it gets kind of lonely at the top.
Run down some of your title wins.
Yeah, I was about to
that
say.
you remember.
Well,
What was the first one? If you remember?
the first one, I think it was the...
Not the paper belt.
No. It was either the AWS lightweight or the Revolution Pro lightweight. Either way, I held both of those at the same time.
We eventually united those titles.
Exactly. And then I had the AWS heavyweight. And And then after the heavyweight, I ended up getting PWG heavyweight. And then after that, it ended up being the world, and I ended up being the 2-time champ at the company. And now I'm the current UEW ITV champion. I mean, it's pretty cool. I mean, it's kind of hard, like, coming back from injury, but, you know, doing the damn thing nonetheless.
Is there anybody up and coming that you've seen that you feel will be a big star?
Like today,
Mm-hmm.
Trinity Michaels is gonna be cool. I mean, when she learned them hurricanranas like that girl in Mexico, I mean, she gonna be fabulous, right? No, straight up, she gonna be fabulous. It's gonna be good.
Are you gonna be here for that podcast?
I mean, Dantura can probably show her because she got those thighs, right? So like either way, like it could work.
It can work.
Yeah, like Thunder Rosa, right? Okay, I just wanted to say her name. That's all. Yeah. Trina Michaels, though. Oh, wait. What was the question again?
Anybody that you've seen on it so far that either at UEW, AWS, or somebody that's up and coming that you feel will be a...
That's the cool thing about being, you know, new internet TV champion is that I've been under a rock. So now I'm being like forced with all this cool information of people and things that I haven't even seen or heard of yet. So everything is kind of still fairly new. It's almost like being like reborn to the SoCal scene with a whole bunch of babies in it. But I gotta figure out who the babies are and who the babies come from. It's kind of like just playing like one big Maury game out here. It's kind of cool. But now I gotta find out like who the talented Maury baby is. You know what I'm saying? To give him a crack at the Human Tornado one day is ridiculous.
Are you a part of the big AWS event that's coming this Saturday on the 26th?
Am I a part of it?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this last show or could be last show.
Am I speaking Spanish or Chinese?
I'm sorry, I just wanted to see you get hyped up for the show that's coming up Saturday!
Oh, you reversed it on
Sorry, that's all you have to do is get hyped up for the show that you was asking me. That's right, I will be there wrestling Hector Canales. What? You did a good job.
What's your...
Look, the interview got hyped up. You probably got like 2 more people listening. It's cool. Come on, man.
So you got Hector Canales on Saturday.
That's right. I'm wrestling Hector Canales one-on-one for the first time ever in my SoCal career. I don't know. I probably wrestled him somewhere else as another dude, but that was just them.
You think this will be the last show?
Man, I hope not. Like, because that's the whole reason why, you know, I continue wrestling, because I want to get back, you know, to show the home crowd, you know, saying what I could do. And it's all over again, but, you know, for the most part, I hate to see it go if it does, but if it does, I mean, they brought back, like, a whole bunch of cool stuff when they were gone, like, the first time. I mean, you got, like, Wrestling Cares, you know what I'm saying, with the big tournament, the tag tournament, women's tournament, and then just a whole bunch of other shows, their own tournament. It's like, it's all good. But I don't want to see it go, man, because then I got to battle all these people. Well, I'm not really worried too much. I mean, I got this title right now, man. I mean, but I'm worried about Scorpio Sky. Like if he wins and still has the belt, like he has nobody to defend it, right? He's just gonna be sitting on it. See, that's what I was worried about, because the whole time I wanted to come back, I wanted to get a crack at the light heavyweight champion, which was ridiculous.
He was stealing it from Ridiculoso.
Yeah, like
every town we were in Hemet here in Southgate,
like
L.A.
I was knocking the mess out of him.
Steal the title from him.
He didn't want to get it.
Oh, maybe.
He didn't want to give nobody a shot. Like kind of like this 3-minute challenge. I mean, anybody could get slapped.
Well, let's put it like this. Look at the bright side. You got a great future here at the Wrestling Guy store. If AWS does not return, you know, you can always work for David Gomez. David, you want to give us the next plug here at the Wrestling Guy? What's the future events coming?
You just insulted the champion. Look at him.
What, you trying to say I'm going to sell like some popcorn or something?
There you go. You know,
You paying?
you can put up some action figures. You know, we got some beef jerky. You know,
Oh, you got that JR stuff.
I got that JR stuff. Like the last time you had some, didn't you? Which one did you get?
I got that original. That mess was kind of dry, but it was good, though.
Dehydrated dry meat.
I say bye.
Let me ask you, what's been your favorite AWS memory?
I would have to say War Games. That was pretty crazy because
Yeah.
when I had another injury, which was my foot, ended up breaking my toe in Vegas, like a couple of days before the War Games event. There was a big 6-on-6 cage match. Had a lot of people. Had Alan Pierce in it, Sexy Chino, a lot of people, and then ended up getting eliminated a little earlier in the cage match, Adam Pearce took me out, and he started destroying my foot, so I really couldn't be like any good in the match. But then, as the match was winding down, I felt like my homies needed me. I was watching the monitor in the back, and I told them to, they hit that cool like T.I. song that was like popular at the time, you know what I mean? And then they started playing the T.I. song, right? And when they played T.I. song, they're like, why are they playing the T.I. song? And then I go in the ring, right? I go in the ring, and then I was like pushing the ref out the way, and then like my homies was on the outside of the ring, they needed me or whatnot, and I was getting on the cage. I was like, man, F it, man, I'm gonna jump off with my one leg in this big ass cast, and I was just like, ah! And then I took out like everybody, the crowd was going nuts. It was like, ah! All the Yu-Gi-Oh people was like, oh, what's going
on, guys? Let me ask you seriously, what means more to you, the fact that the fans love you so much or these championships?
Well, honestly, it's just an opportunity to allow myself to showcase talent when talent is there. Other than that, I was always down to compete for any reason in a professional manner, and that's why I'm glad they actually still give me the opportunity to showcase anything. Today I could be at home doing nothing right now, putting ice on my body or some stuff, but I'm over here trying to work hard like everybody else.
So what can we expect since you completed so much pro wrestling? What can we expect now more from you? Do you have like another thing backup? Movies besides wrestling?
That was a cool question as I sit under this rock, but now I see the internet and there's a lot of cool stuff that can happen. Especially with this title in my hands in 3 minutes, every damn day for anybody to catch the opportunity to get slapped. But hey, what you guys want to see? I mean, what you guys want to see me do? Some movies? You know what I'm saying? Sopranos? Put a mask on? You want to bring the El Negro name back? The mask on, talking about, Trina Michaels. I'm gonna get it.
Is he coming, Brian? Because we might have to bring the cameras to film the movie.
It's my Facebook stalker voice. Hey.
It'd be Human Tornado starring in Devil Doll.
Oh, goodness.
Who's your favorite wrestler right now
right now?
TV?
I don't know. That New Day group is pretty entertaining.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, I agree.
I am like
Roy, do you
thoroughly
agree?
entertained by them.
They're at that level where you don't even care that they're gonna wrestle because they're just so funny.
Right.
I
mean, they made Kozlov look good.
How do you feel about Jimmy Snuka?
Like right now?
Yeah.
Well, apparently, like, he's racist too, right? Just like Hogan?
Yeah.
He's just different racism? Like, I don't understand the difference between, like, 32 years of racism versus, instant racism. Which one got it worse? We don't know the answer to this Wrestling Society question.
Let me ask the promoter. What do you think about that? About Jimmy Snuka and even Hogan? What's your perspective thought about that being erased for the Hall of Fame?
First of all, I don't even know exactly what Hogan said because I didn't listen to it, watch it, whatever the hell you want to call it. I just know what I read. And my take on it is that he was having a private conversation with his daughter and didn't agree with her dating a black man. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
But he used the N-word. Did he?
Were you dating Brooke?
I was probably dating Brooke, but I think he was talking to me in that manner, though. I don't think it was me he was talking about.
He said basketball player. He didn't say volleyball player. That's correct.
Well, technically, I mean, it did help basketball skills because, like, right there, I was looking, like, over Asian people over there in California. I mean, there's a lot of Asians that play basketball, so they're, like, 5 foot. I just dunk over them because all the cool volleyball skills. But anyway, like Brooke Hogan, like, if I was dating her and stuff, like, he I think he would have proved it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I would have had to, like, maybe put her chin, though, like, on a daily basis.
Right.
It's cool. Like, I think he would have liked it.
Well, I guess, he asked for more there. All right, I guess that sums it.
There you go. Hey, if Hogan approves of Tornado, hey, nothing else matters.
Yeah, I mean, like, you're saying brother a lot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's no problem.
Before we wrap up with you real quick, is Biagio gonna get his rematch?
He gotta talk with the upper people about that. I can't control that. I'm just telling.
You just give it to him if he wants.
Yeah, he has 3 minutes if he wants. I mean, that's gonna be the only challenge he's gonna get. If he took the last 3 minutes without me having to, backhand him in his face.
Now, are you planning to hold on to this belt for a long time?
Actually, I plan to beat Mike Rand's title. Rand. Apparently, he has 10 years holding his title over there at UEW. So that's something to shoot for in the same company. You know what I mean? I mean that seems like a pretty cool goal.
Because Biagio hang on to the belt for how long?
Maybe 2 days. I don't know. He doesn't have it anymore. Why you keep bringing it up? You like?
Well, because I'm just saying because I want to see.
I think he wants to take the challenge.
I want to see
he wants him to do the Shawn Michaels, pose with the world title.
Oh, the Playboy.
Yeah,
the
he
Playgirl
wants
cover.
Biagio to do that. See how I say his name correctly when some cool stuff happens? Yeah, that's what you want to see.
I just want to see if you could beat his record.
We'll talk to Biagio. We'll get you
I want to see. I want to see because the next person that comes
you
in,
don't really need.
I'm gonna laugh.
Take these pictures.
I'm gonna laugh and see
You don't need.
who's the next wrestler holding that belt. I'm gonna be cracking up.
No, it's cool. You can just take like regular pictures.
That's why I just got one. I have a look personal collection
Man.
from Biagio, Tornado, question mark.
He is legal.
Who's legal?
Biagio. So
Whoa, there you go.
you can have the cover.
You know what that means, right?
Cover shot.
You want to tell your fans out there, the wrestling fans, your Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
That's right. Being the television champion, you guys should know these things. Like, what's the thing? @ H Tizzle. That's right. HTIZZLE. That's on Twitter. You guys can find me at Human Tornado on Facebook. And what's that thing called? Yeah, Earth. Earth is pretty good. I'm always there. So you guys check me out right there too. I don't know if that's online, but I don't know if the internet has Earth. They may have Google Earth, but I don't know if it's the same exact Earth. But you can check. I mean, they probably have the same addresses on these shows and stuff. So when you link those two together, that's where you'll find me.
There you have it.
You have an Instagram.
What's that? Oh, taking pictures?
Yeah.
No, I ain't got no camera or nothing like that. Like,
I have a Hollywood question for you.
a Hollywood question. What's that?
Hollywood, Hollywood TV movies.
You talking about TMZ?
Listen,
Is that what you been asking?
who's your favorite character for the Little Rascals? I'm just curious.
Am I old enough to know what that is?
Forget it.
Is that child pornography? You want a Subway sandwich or something? Are you hungry? I think he just wants Biagio.
Well,
It's okay though. I can't make that arrangement.
Tornado, I can't stand you, but it's low. I love having you.
No,
around,
everybody
man.
can stand me. I mean,
Give me some love. Give me some sugar, whatever you call it.
I mean, I'm polite to everybody. Everybody's human. I mean, it's like looking in the mirror. Every
Dude,
time
why
I
is there a
look.
lot of vice around
I
you?
wish I was that dark right now. That doesn't really happen every day.
this Saturday, before we go with Bart, this Saturday, Hector Canales takes on the Human Tornado with Captain Comic-Con. That's this Saturday, September 26th, the AWS The End,
Make sure you talk about
Maybe.
Trina Michaels.
with plus the return of Trina Michaels. If you guys want to see a movie on Friday, you're welcome to come down. What's the name of the movie? Human Tornado
The
started.
Black Devil Doll Part 2.
I'm gonna make catch him on Butt Bongo
You
Fiesta.
can come to the Wrestling Guy store, get some
Hey,
tickets.
Butt Bongo was awesome.
That was awesome.
You can go to the Wrestling Guy store and pick up tickets for the
You know,
show.
sometimes feels good to have
If
someone in
not,
that generation.
You can go to 9535 California Avenue in Southgate, California, or you can buy online, facebook.com/AWS Promotions. For more info, check out awstheboss@yahoo.com. And you can also PayPal them at AWS.
And
The boss.
also,
Just give us your damn money and watch the damn show.
That's it. Could be the last one.
yes, also those events of those AWS historics from 2005 to this very year, we do have DVDs here at the Wrestling Guy store, so you can come and pick them up.
Now, is Comic-Con going to be at this event? No, I think
I-
you just had surgery, right?
He
I heard about
masturbates too much,
Yeah.
and it put him in the hospital. We
Oh.
all told him to stop, and look where it got him. End of story.
It broke his wrist. Or his pinky. I don't know. Tornado, since he's your ride, what is he?
You know what?
Better be able to pick my ass up. So I was looking at Little Cholo's picture when I said that.
You know what, Bart? Last time you were on the show, I didn't get to ask you. Well, at least I don't think I got to ask you.
Okay.
But what the hell made you get into this crazy world of wrestling to start a promotion?
Oh, I think we briefly went into that. I mean, I was staying over at a friend's house at the time in the end of 1984, I think right before WrestleMania, when they were still hyping that up. And we were at his dad's house, I believe, and it was late at night, and there was a wrestling program on, and they put it on. We're like, oh, let's watch this. And the only thing I can remember from the whole program was an interview promo with Roddy Piper and the Iron Sheik, and I fell in love with those motherfuckers. And I was hooked just from them talking on interviews, hyping up like an LA match or something that they were going to be in town. And I was hooked from there, plain and simple.
Now, I know some people think it's easy, and that's not bullshit. We get a lot of these guys that come up and they put a promotion on and they say, oh, I can do this shit. Is it really that easy? I mean, you started from...
Nah, these guys could all suck my dick. Anyways, let me go back a little bit here. I got in love with Tornado needs some more alcohol. Oh, Dave was going to take a shot of vodka here.
I got some more.
How many times I gotta tell you?
I know, I've already had like 3 sodas since I've been here. But anyways, I was a big-time fan of pro wrestling, loved it, and I wasn't only hooked on that 80s era. I started going to the video store and renting past videotapes, black and whites, Classy Freddie Blassie, Mr. Fuji back in his day, all these guys. You know, I really researched the backside of wrestling, you know, all the stuff that came before these guys, because that's how hooked I was on it. I wanted to know everything. Mm-hmm. And even renting those old Coliseum videos like Butcher Knows, even in the 80s, they would show stuff from the 70s. Tony Garea and Tito Santana, Ivan Putski, all these guys as tag team champions before their heyday, you know, in the 80s. You're like, wow, these guys have really been around for a while, you know, and Snuka was on there, and he was like the biggest star in WWF at the time, fighting Piper. That was the stuff that I got hooked on. And
then if I don't know if you were like me, then I took it to the next level. I started going to TVN and started watching NWA and
well, yeah, here in I was in
the old territories.
I was in Anaheim, living in Anaheim, and our wrestling channel, big channel, first of all, WWF Championship Wrestling, the show was on Channel 9, like right after Kung Fu Theater. Mm-hmm. And then if you actually could get Channel 56 at the time, if you had good antenna ears, if you got Channel 56 KDOC, in those times, you can get AWA, you can get NWA, you can get the Pro Wrestling Report from all over the world, where they showed you the bushwhackers as the sheep herders, like killing people. The original Sheik, like their report went all over the world in Japan, and they showed you wrestling from everywhere, and you're just like, wow, you know, where are these guys, and how can I see more of them? And you had to wait every week to get that report, just to see clips of these other guys. Jake the Snake, before he was the Snake, you know, he was just Jake Roberts, you know, and all that shit, you know. There was even Glow. I hated Glow. The wrestling was the shit's diarrhea, but when you're young and you see these good-looking women, you're going to watch it, you know. So, hey, I watched that too. Not all the time, but when I could. And then the 90s came, and I really didn't care much for wrestling anymore. It got really stale, really boring, and I was going to concerts more and started selling off my toys and stuff like that. And I really didn't get hooked again until I saw ECW, like we talked about. Yeah. And the, like, 96? Yeah, when I first started watching ECW. Then I got hooked again. But I did actually try training. I don't know if I told this story last time because it's kind of funny. But in 1994, I found a pro wrestling gym class out of Long Beach. I can't remember the wrestler's name. He's an old, rugged old guy. He looked like the Butcher. It probably was the Butcher. Yeah. But I mean, he looked like the Butcher, and he had those big, huge hands. You know, he's all old and veiny, but you know he was just a badass. And he was showing me all these pro wrestling magazine pictures with him with all these legends and shit. So I go down there to train. Well, turns out him and his little assistant just wanted to grab some ass and get some intention.
Oh.
So here I am wanting to learn pro wrestling, and these guys just wanted to fill me up.
Oh, shit.
So they throw me in the ring with this other guy to train. Nothing about pro wrestling. He wanted just, what would you call it? Like they call it the amateur style wrestling,
Right.
you know. And they wanted to see if the other guy could pin me down, and I can hear the trainer, the old man in the background, just getting off on this, like, because I'm actually fighting for my life, not trying to get pinned by this other guy, and I'm overpowering him. But in the background, you could hear this guy getting off on it, like he's grunting, and he's like, "Oh yeah, look at that power!" And it's like, what the fuck's going on, you know? So pretty much, I only went to that class twice, and then to find out that, you know, that that guy really was, I guess, into men, and then he burnt down his gym to get the insurance. So,
Wow.
like, that was my first time ever being in the ring and getting some kind of pro wrestling training, but not really, you know.
Yeah.
So that kind of turned me off to it too.
Mhm.
So it's like there was more years there where I was just like, oh man, what the fuck, you know.
That's
But then
joint there, huh?
yeah, it's like, oh, I'm like, well, I don't really have any gear or anything. Like, oh, just wrestle in your underwear. I'm like, oh, what the fuck, you know. But I didn't get hooked back into wrestling until I saw ECW.
But what made you want to... But how does the promoting... Because you had your store,
Yeah.
and then you start having shows.
Well, I got so hooked on ECW, and also at the time, that's when the Monday Night Wars was going on too. So those late 90s were like really, really exciting. But I was flying out to the East Coast and going to all the pay-per-views for ECW and buying merchandise, T-shirts, hats, the videos, and I was bringing it home and selling this merchandise at indie shows and at WWE house shows, just in the parking lot. Somebody
Right.
would see me with the ECW shirt, and it was really rare at the time out here. And then, where'd you get that shirt? I'm like, oh, I got a whole bunch in the car. You want to buy one? Yeah. And people would follow me out to the car, and I would sell ECW merchandise right out of the car.
Well, there you have it.
Now you mentioned Monday Night Wars. Which one did you like better?
I always favored WWF over everything because that's the first wrestling program I saw. So I always favored them over everybody, no matter what. Like in the mid '80s, what Vince McMahon was promoting was, of course, you know, he was getting his wrestling organization was getting more into the entertainment aspect of pro wrestling, but then he also had the TV look for these guys that were in great shape, the women in great shape, and he had more of a, I guess you could say, more of a Hollywood type production. Then you flip the channel and you see NWA. They might have been better wrestlers, but there was a lot of out-of-shape guys that, you know, there was a big difference there, you know, in the look of the program.
So you get the entire package and not just one aspect of it.
Well, you know, there was the big difference, you know. Of course, all the guys in the NWA were fucking badass wrestlers, but the production level wasn't up to what WWF had, you know, plain and simple. That's a fact.
As a promoter, would you agree with like Eric Bischoff when he took over WCW and his whole plan of taking it over, which was NWA or WCW when he took over was more to country, and while WWE was more Hollywood, and that's why he came in and changed everything from it was too not country but too southern. It looked too much like a southern promotion.
Not at all. They were before all that happened, but here's the thing. There was guys like Kevin Sullivan, because you can't give Eric Bischoff credit for everything because he was just one of the pawns there.
Right.
You know, Kevin Sullivan behind the scenes was the guy that brought in all the luchadors. You know, and that was different stuff that WWF was not doing. And that's when I really started to like WCW even more, because then you got this lucha style and you got guys doing stuff that didn't see on WWF program at all. They were not doing the high-flying flipping and the Hurricane Ranas. I mean, the main guy that was probably doing the most similar stuff was Shawn Michaels.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
With the Rockers.
Yeah, and then you flip the channel and you got La Parca, Psicosis, Bismarck Jr., Juventud Guerrera, all these guys just doing crazy shit that you're not used to seeing, unless you were already watching Lucha Libre.
Right.
So let me ask you this then. What's the difference now?
How come we're all serious and
WWE.
before it was all... We'll get to it.
You have WWE, you have WCW, you have ECW. Now it's WWE, TNA, Lucha Underground. What's the difference now between an AWS show or a Santino Brothers show and WWE?
Throw in their Power
Gorilla. Yeah, what's the difference between indie wrestling and the wrestling you see on TV?
Okay, that's the question you need to ask, is that right there. The big difference is that an indie show, if they don't have TV, there's a lot of stuff you don't need to do that Vince McMahon has to do to pull people in to watch every week, to do that fucking program, that storyline, what would you call it?
Like continuation?
No, they have to do stuff that's more of a actual TV show,
Right.
Like fucking Cheers or something, basically that's
like
what
a
it
sitcom.
is. It's a sitcom, that's what I was looking
Right.
for. You don't need to do that stuff on the independent scene because the fans don't want it. They don't want to see it. They want to see pro wrestling. There's no need for it. I mean, everybody needs to have a good storyline, but the difference in the indie scene is the storyline is the wrestling matches and the work in the match. They don't need to come out and talk on a microphone for 30 minutes about what happened last time.
Mm-hmm.
On TV, apparently they need to do that because that's what people want to see. I hate it. I can't stand watching wrestling on TV. It's hard for me to watch. Most of the time I'll just listen, and I get bored quick because, when you watch wrestling all your life, you've kind of seen it all.
Mm-hmm.
Until you see something that really catches your eye and you're like, oh, this is different, this is unique. But so much these days...
A minute pause, and then you walk away.
Yeah, well, so much these days is just all rehashed stuff. The kids that are loving all this stuff and all these angles that are happening now, we've already seen 20 years ago. We already know what to compare it to. Doesn't mean that it's bad because everything recycles itself. But,
Just a little different type of change.
Yeah, but doing a big production sitcom program where they need these big sponsors like Coke and Pepsi to buy commercial time, they got to do what they got to do.
What's the difference between a butcher match and a tornado match?
The tornado matches have actually happened.
Oh my
Well then,
God. You just go back to sleep.
I'm just enjoying my vodka.
All right, now.
But yeah, wrestling on TV bores the hell out of me. I like being live in person for any show, whether it's an indie show or a big production show. You just get that energy and that feeling better than watching it on TV.
What was your first live wrestling match? Wrestling event?
That I actually got to finally go to?
Yes.
Probably in early 1986 at the Anaheim Convention Center. I got to see Jesse the Body Ventura versus Tito Santana for the Intercontinental Championship.
Wow.
And also on the same card was a very rare main event where it was Hills versus Hills, and it was Brutus the Barber Beefcake and Greg Number Valentine, the Dream Team, versus Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkov. Bad guys versus bad guys for the tag team titles, and it was a bloodbath.
Wow.
Who won that one?
I think it was double disqualification.
Well, let's ask you, Tornado. What was your first live event?
My first live event was on my birthday at the Anaheim Pond. It was the WWF event. The main event was the triple threat match for the WWE title. It was Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, and The Undertaker. And the cool thing about that whole event was two things. The opening match where they had the Godwins against LOD in the opener, and one of the Godwins whipped the LOD member to the guardrail, smashing some little girl's kneecaps, and she got taken out on the stretcher.
Was that like 97 then?
It was like, yeah.
That sounds because that was the feud, like I think when they did the Hell in the Cell with
Survivor
Shawn
Series
Michaels and Undertaker was that year.
It was right before then. And the second thing that was memorable about that day was my mom was like semi-main event. My mother was like, I can't take this shit. I gotta go. So me and my cousin missed out on the main event of a lifetime, which was the triple threat match for the title.
Wow.
Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, and The Undertaker. I kind of figured that, And Hebner was the referee. I mean, that's all I could do was use my imagination after that.
Right. Who won in your
I
imagination?
don't even know.
In your imagination.
No, I couldn't even get that far into the game. Like, it was just so like shocking to me. Like, I was kind of heartbroken on the way, like leaving the pond. It was just kind of just like, oh man, I don't know if I want to see wrestling. Like, it was almost, yeah, I don't know.
I was one of those kids that ran up to the guardrail, and I got to like shake hands with Piper and Andre the Giant,
That's
Superstar
cool,
Billy Graham, and hey,
No,
it was hard to get to those guardrails back then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much it
I
was.
couldn't even see a main event. You got to the guard.
I was always like near the guardrail or front row where they came out. So it's like being a kid and looking up at Andre the Giant as he's walking by you. It's just like, God damn.
That's how I
You
felt
know?
the first time I got a guardrail and I got to see the Undertaker and up close. It was like, oh shit, he's fucking huge.
He came out later, so it's like I had already
Yeah.
been going to wrestling for quite a while. So it's like when he debuted, I think he came out on a house show out here, and he wasn't even announced yet. Just the same as Ultimate Warrior. Like my uncle would take me, or my dad would take me to the LA Sports Arena, or the Convention Center, or Long Beach Arena, wherever they were at the time. I went every month. I went to see them, no matter where they were.
Right.
And it's like when the Undertaker came out, who the hell is this? You know,
Yeah.
people, oh, that's Mean Mark, because I was such a mark. I knew all these characters from all the other different organizations, NWA, WCW, AWA. When the Ultimate Warrior came out, and he's running down the aisle at the sports arena, and it's a house show, and everyone's looking around, who the fuck is this guy? And I'm jumping up down, it's a Dingo Warrior!
Yeah.
It's a Dingo Warrior!
It was like,
You know-
who the fuck is Dingo Warrior?
I don't know if you were at that time, because what I used to do, I would buy every Pro Wrestling Illustrated magazine, and I would read the ratings,
The results.
The results.
In the back.
and then I will
From
look.
all the house shows.
Yeah, and then I will look on cable. Sometimes on cable or on the channels, and then I will compare. Like I will love to see Bam Bam Bigelow in WWE or the One Man Gang at the
I was
time.
ghetto. I'd sit and save on reading it.
What a tight ass!
I used to collect those bad boys.
So I had a lot of them. Yeah,
I was sit and save on like, let me see who's the best.
You know what's
wrestler.
cool? Now that you bring that up, the AWS has had their results in PWI.
Really?
So it's like it's kind of cool, like being a kid and looking at all these results from all these different promotions. They had Mexico, they had Japan, they had United States, and it's like, you know, you used to look at that every month,
Right.
and then nowadays AWS has been in there. It's like, wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Well, I was going to ask you, what was the grand debut of AWS? Do you remember?
Yeah. Well, the promotion?
Yeah.
Yeah, we went over that last time. March of 2002, I did a joint show with the FML promotion, and we did a show out of Frankincense.
Now, back in 2002, to this
That's
very-
when TNA was starting also.
Right, and then you took a layoff. I mean, when you took some time off.
Yeah, many
Took
years
what, about
later.
23 months, right?
So what I'm doing right now is I'm getting the year 2002 to this very day. You've had some great talent in your organization that now are names in WWE, TNA, NXT. Do you want to give them the lineup of names?
Well, let's see. I'm going to read you the
Hey,
names.
you're gonna read that list?
You-
Okay,
all
that's
right.
okay. You
All
read
right,
it
guys,
out.
catch
tell
up.
us.
Now here's the thing. Like every promotion, you know, not that we're anything special, but every promotion has had talent come through their curtain that has made it or gone here or gone there, and this is just our list
Okay.
Okay.
of a few that I could remember.
Well, here we go. Carl Anderson.
Yes, Carl Machine Gun Anderson is very popular in Japan now,
Okay.
and he's in the Bullet Club with the Young Bucks and AJ Styles.
Colt Cabana.
Everybody knows who Colt Cabana is, and he made it to WWE for a short time.
Very good. SoCal Val. She's
She is like the model
Yes.
of models that is like just always promoting herself online. If you're on her friends list or like list, you always see something new from her.
Simbodi. He made it to
Yeah.
WWE as Kazarni.
Yep. And he's promoting now here in LA his freak show.
And then you had a ton of people that made it to MTV Wrestling Society X.
Oh God, everybody from Rev Pro, a lot of the local boys, right?
Yeah.
Rev Pro, AWS, even the New Japan Dojo. We had a big, strong family here in SoCal that was all over Wrestling Society X.
Lucha Underground, you've had Brian Cage, Famous B, Cholo, B-Boy, Rick Knox, Justin Borden, Ricky Mandel, Ricky Reyes.
Yeah, Lucha Underground, to me, it's awesome. It's cool what they're doing. I've seen some of it, but the thing is that these guys have all worked for me before them, so it's like before they even came around. To me, Lucha Underground is still so new that it's like, I don't know if I want to necessarily count them, but then again, that would be wrong to say because there's new fans today that
I was about to say, yeah,
that
it's the newer.
that would see them
Right.
on there for the first time and not know about their back history.
Exactly.
Mount Ricardo from Alberto del Rios, being announcer.
Oh, yeah, he wrestled as Chimera out here in SoCal.
Then you had Buggy in NXT.
Yeah, she made it all the way to NXT. Unfortunately, she was released.
TJ Perkins.
Is he still in TNA?
I believe he is.
He was one version of Suicide, and now he's Manic. Yes.
Scorpio Sky.
Scorpio Sky. He was also on Wrestling Society X, wasn't he?
He was Harold.
Harold,
He
yeah.
was Harold, unless Harold looked just like him.
He looked just like Harold.
And
Well, he was also in the skit with Kane and
with
Yes.
WWE.
and Daniel Bryan, right? When they were in
That's
the
what he just
team
said.
Yeah.
Pay
I can never.
attention, Dave.
Oh no, I can
Pay
never
That's
remember.
okay. He has to work with this dude named the Butcher.
Yeah, thank you. Butcher was distracting me. I couldn't remember his name, honestly. What was his name? In
Go back to sleep.
then you have Peter Avalon.
Yeah, he. They brought him in. What's his name? What was his name in TNA? Pretty Peter Avalon. What is?
It's a restaurant name or something like that.
Rufus.
Like
What?
they named him after a restaurant or something like Waba or something like that.
They brought him out as a joke on TV, and the fans loved him, and they kept bringing him back, and he still goes back from time to time.
Then you had the Young Bucks.
Young Bucks, yeah, they kind of started with Rev Pro in a way, didn't they? Rev Pro, and then
Where's that thing? Full Contact Wrestling?
Full Combat, right, or something?
No, they ran at the Olympic, like the Grand Olympic Auditorium. Like they had like these cool like lucha shows and stuff. Like that's where I first seen them, man. Then they started like doing like the Young Bucks thing like everywhere.
Yeah, they just blew up.
Yeah, they're very popular in Ring of Honor and in Japan, PWG.
You have a French Stallion.
Yeah, I don't know what gimmick he's going by, what his name is in NXT, but yeah, we had him in AWS for a while.
Drake Younger.
Drake Younger is a referee in NXT. We had his last official SoCal match before he went.
Adam Pearce.
Adam Pearce, he's another guy that's working over there at the Performance Center. He was also a booker for a Ring of Honor at a time and NWA, and he also helped AWS for about 2 years.
Christina Von Eerie.
Christina Von Eerie had a short stint on TNA with.
That's your girl.
That is. Don't worry about it.
I
They
remember
called
that
her.
podcast.
They called her Toxin
Yes.
on there, and I really didn't see much of her on TNA because I wasn't following wrestling at the time. But now she's with Global Force Wrestling with Jeff Jarrett's company.
Davey Richards, who is a TNA Tag Team Champion.
Yeah, with Alcatraz.
Yes. Davina Rose,
Which
is?
That's Bailey.
Bailey.
hmm
I did not know that.
Oh.
We had her at the United Forces show with
Joint
GWF.
show, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
In 2012,
I
July.
did not know that was.
NXT Women's Champion.
She is the current NXT Women's Champion.
Yes.
Ryan Drago.
He's. I don't know if he's still tag team champion over there with Blue Pants.
Yes. Fergal Devitt, which is?
Well, you got the paper right
Come
in
on.
front of you.
Anybody know?
He's a
Finn Balor. Finn Balor.
Is he still champion?
The
over
NXT
there?
champion.
Wow.
The American Dragon. Bryan Danielson. It doesn't get better than that, buddy.
Wow.
We had some good matches with him at AWS at Frankensons. He actually wrestled Baby Slim for the AWS title.
Baby. Not Babby.
Baby. Yeah. We also had a dream match where he tag teamed with Super Dragon from Pro
Wow.
Wrestling Guerrilla fame. We were able to do that before they did, I think. If they even did, I'm not quite sure. They probably did, but we teamed them up against Nosawa and another guy from Japan, and that was awesome.
Just because Butcher says I get a boner for Bryan Danielson. Did you, when you saw him wrestle, did you think he would be as big as he is now?
He's not very big. I'm bigger than him.
No, I'm saying big.
Oh!
Not big there.
Well, he's not a very tall guy. Actually, there was a time when I didn't even really know him. I think it was at PWG. He was backstage talking to Samoa Joe, and they were going over their match. And I've known Joe for a long time prior to that. And so they're going over their match, and I just sit down next to him, and I start fucking with Joe. And Brian's just looking at me and looking at Joe like, who the fuck is this guy? What's going on? Finally, Joe's like, don't worry, I know him. He's like, oh, okay. Like he was getting really creeped out, really weirded out because I was just fucking with him big time because they're talking about their match. I'm like, no, that sucks. Don't fucking do that fucking stuff. That's stupid. And he's just giving me dirty looks.
How about Frankie Kazarian?
Oh, yeah, Frankie's awesome. He's in Ring of Honor now. Was tag team champion forever in TNA.
Samoa Joe.
Everyone knows about Samoa Joe.
Shelly Martinez.
Shelly went on to be Ariel in WWE and then Salinas in TNA.
Yes, and Hardcore Kid, Aaron Aguilera.
Hardcore Kid was Jesus, the bodyguard of Carlito. Then he got hurt, and they released him right after his pay-per-view match against John Cena.
Now, here's a name I left last on purpose because this is going to lead into something else, but he also who's been credited with changing the whole NXT Divas division and the WWE Divas division getting stronger, which was Sara Del Rey.
Oh, Sarah. Yeah. We woke up Tornado.
I heard someone say Sarah Del Rey.
They did.
Yes, we did. So let me ask you, because of that whole with her and this Divas Revolution, do you like the story? Did you like the storyline, the current storyline that's headed in?
Nah, I think they fucked it up big time.
Why?
Because, well, here's the thing. It's like what they're doing in NXT, awesome with the women's division. You know, they're letting them wrestle. They're letting them show their talents. Then you go to WWE. And they're doing the same old stupid story-written crap. And instead of focusing on the girls as individuals, they pair them up in threes. I personally didn't like that. I thought it was stupid because they're not focusing on anybody. They're trying to focus on 3, 3, and 3. What the fuck? Mm-hmm. It's too much. It's too confusing. And then I don't know. It wasn't for me. I think they dropped the ball on that. They recently are getting away from that. It looks like they're finally getting away from that. But I think they dropped the ball. You know, it looked like everyone was, you know, and you could tell in the fans' reaction too. You know, when they started the whole Divas Revolution and the girls came out, everybody was excited. Okay, this is going to be different. This is going to be, you know, what we want. No, it wasn't. Because after a few matches, you can hear the fans booing and bitching and complaining because they were doing tag matches and 3-on-3, and they were boring and too long and just horrible. And the fans were doing the wave at a pay-per-view or on Raw, right? Did you see that? Yeah. And they had to acknowledge it because you could see it. Yeah. So the announcers had to announce, like, oh, my God. And JBL's like, oh, my God, this is a great crowd. They're doing the wave. But they were doing the wave because they were trying to entertain themselves because they were bored as fuck from the match. And that's not saying that these girls don't have talent, but they weren't given a chance to show their talent. They were thrown in there to do a ridiculous, you know, whatever. You know, they have writers.
Right.
They should have had a wrestler tell them to wrestle instead of do this long, dragged-out bullshit crap.
Now, did you watch Monday Night Raw last night? See this whole kind of...
I saw the title change thing.
Well, the breakaway from the whole kind of 3 little click thing with Paige.
Yeah.
Did you like that?
Yeah, it's about time.
Yeah, and mentioning Natalia again.
You know, maybe that was their whole plan. Maybe it wasn't, but they woke up. No. They're doing now what people want. Now, it took a few months for us to get there. Like I said, they have writers, so it could have been a pre-planned thing where this was going to happen anyways, or they finally said, we're fucking up. We got to give the people what they want.
Mm-hmm. Now, being one of the promotions that pushed women's wrestling here, because I think you're probably one of the few promotions that put the women to either in the main event or just do a whole program around them.
Yeah, out here, I learned and watched like Shimmer and stuff. I got my ideas from other companies that were already doing it, but really nobody was doing it out here. That's the thing, WWE wanted to capitalize on women's wrestling because the fans wanted it. They saw it. You cannot see it. It's all over the internet with women's wrestling getting popular everywhere. Mm-hmm. So of course they're going to capitalize on it, just like they're doing with NXT. NXT is basically like a indie show, but with WWE production.
Right.
You can see the difference in the wrestling, big time, from what's on Raw.
Yeah.
Completely. Is Tornado still with us?
Yeah, sure is.
He is.
He agreed.
So, like I said, I felt they dropped the ball with doing the whole pairing with the three, and I really wish they would drop that Divas belt and bring back the women's championship.
Amen to that.
True story.
Amen. I got offended as a wrestling fan that's been watching wrestling. I'm sure you didn't get to watch the pay-per-view, but did you watch the pay-per-view?
Yes, I watched it.
When they started showing the montage to the women's the Divas Championship, and then they show women like Fabulous Moolah as a women's champion, and I'm like, well, Moolah was the women's champion.
I think one of the commentators even mentioned that.
She was
JBL
never
or
a diva.
somebody said something.
I was offended as a fan because I'm like, it's two different types of wrestling right there. Trish Stratus, Lita, Moolah, those are women's champion, never
The
a Divas
women's
champion. So what does that
world
tell you?
champion.
Right.
So maybe that's the direction they're going to go.
That's what I'm
Maybe
hoping.
they're secretly trying to tell us they want models. I mean, models are usually divas.
Yeah.
Well, that's
The majority of them kind of look pretty, you know what I'm saying? I mean, they all really don't look like Tamina, which they all should. But
Right. Yeah.
What can you say? I mean, they're all divas.
And that's what I felt like Natalia probably didn't get the push she did either, because I was watching her yesterday. And if you look at Natalia and you look at Nikki Bella, so night and day right there.
Well, look at how many women have come and gone and quickly to where you don't even remember who the hell they were. There's been so many.
Well, there's one that's been there for a long time. She's working her ass off. That's Naomi, and she's being healed, and she's not had a chance to have the world championship.
That girl has the best butt of all of them.
Wait, who?
Naomi.
No, she's black. I don't think you like her.
I don't want them light up shoes.
Yes.
You're looking at the shoes. I'm looking at the butt.
Okay, see, before the shoes came out, right? It was all ass.
Those
Right?
Usos are.
It was all ass, and then she was like, "Oh, let me distract them for a minute." Nice shoes and stuff. So I was like, "Oh, she was some nice shoes." But then, yeah, we're right back.
But here's the thing: not only does she look good, she is very talented. She is very,
Flexible, high.
very, very good. So it's okay to have a diva look, but please know how to wrestle too.
Well, let me just say that it looks like they're kind of listening. The fans are letting their voice heard.
Did you see the NXT match with
Yes.
Sasha?
And that's what I was going to get to. You got Sasha, who to me is not. Her and Charlotte aren't the typical divas. If you look at them, they're not Nikki Bella or big.
I didn't totally like the title change match either. They had it so one-sided, even though I know what story they were trying to tell.
Mm-hmm.
But I wish they would have let it go back and forth. But instead it was just, let me kick your ass, and then all of a sudden you're going to pin me.
Yeah.
I saw that they were going for the emotion. I could see the story they were going for. It was an old school thing that they did. But I wish they would have let them go at it NXT style.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been great for the pay-per-view.
Yes.
But
I think the fans are letting them know. Charlotte's not the typical diva looking. Sasha's not the typical diva. But yet fans are getting behind them and letting them know we don't care if they're hot or not. We care about wrestling. And you look at here in SoCal, you have a lot of the females that are that have wrestled for you that aren't the typical diva, and they're one of the most popular ones.
Look at Ray's.
Yeah.
I mean, she is like one of the top girls out here right now, and she's a big woman, and she can throw down with these guys and kick some ass, and that's what the fans want to see. They want to see wrestling. It all comes down to wrestling.
Well, how pissed off were the fans when she lost to Tina?
Yes.
Not Tornado. He was laughing.
I mostly laugh all the time. I mean, what human doesn't laugh?
I have a real quick question before we change the subject, because earlier we mentioned all the great names that.
We didn't finish on Sarah Del Rey real quick. We did mention her last time, and she is a trainer now at the performance center, training the women, helping the women. But yeah, she's had a good handful of matches at AWS, and she was even wrestling the guys in AWS because that girl can go.
Yeah.
She'll beat your ass.
Well, it's the opposite side of that now, because is there anyone, and I'm going to use David's word, you don't have to give a name, but is there anyone through that time, since when you start to now, that anyone ever, how can I put it, that was against you, that gave you a hard time during the time, any pro wrestler
That you booked maybe that said, you know what?
Yeah.
That's not how I do business.
Was there anyone that tried to, in other words, blackball you really hard?
In what way, though? You got to be specific with me.
It could be in the ring, it could be, business-wise.
During a show?
During the show.
Yeah, maybe want more money.
Well, I mean, if
That said, I will wrestle
The
unless
ugly
you get paid
side,
more.
kind of like Warrior and Hogan at the time when they had
Oh.
SummerSlam,
No, I mean, basically, that's why you're supposed to talk out all the details prior to any match even happening. So if I've asked somebody, hey, how much, what's your fee? How much do you want? And if they tell me their fee, and I can either say yes or no, plain and simple, if I don't feel they're worth it, or if I just feel I can't afford them, I'll tell them, okay, thank you very much, sorry, but, we can't do business right now. But I think, are you asking me, has somebody agreed to a price and then, said, oh, I want more now?
Yeah.
A price, or even just during a match.
Yeah, maybe
or,
say I
or
don't like
want
the
it their
booking.
way. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, there's been a lot of egos where if they have a title from another company or this and that, then it gets a little political to where they want to respect that title that they have from that other company, so they might not want to lose to somebody else because they're holding this title. That happens a lot. You got to kind of find ways to work around that. That happens many, many times. There's been some people that were like, well, I don't want to wrestle so-and-so because I heard that they did this or they did that, blah, blah, blah. There's those problems all come up.
Let me ask you, Tornado. Have you ever had a problem with a promoter that maybe promised you a certain amount of money and then they
That was me.
drop it on you?
Well,
Not on purpose.
I
maybe
bought him a hamburger.
with an explanation.
No,
No way,
Oh,
he had
without
chili cheese
explanation.
fries today.
yeah, the food was cool. I mean, as long as I could eat or drink something, I'm not really complaining too much. For the most part, everyone's been fairly, equal about their bookings and taking care of and whatnots like that. The only problem is the small guys, the guys that are barely starting to get established, right, or trying to, as I say, they're trying to run a promotion.
Right.
Those are the guys that I'm really fearful of, because I already know first off they're not going to draw what they imagine that they're going to draw.
Everybody imagines they're going to
They
sell
might get
out.
at least 200 or whatever. I'm like, nah, you probably get that. It's impossible.
Some promotions are lucky if they get 40 people.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is.
So those are the guys you got to watch, because they're going to end up making no money. Off of knowledge. They could take advantage of a younger guy, and that'll just look all bad all around. So I'm trying to me myself. I like to try to police that, make sure everyone that's around me gets taken care of, and you don't have any BS. Because if anybody starts slipping or whatever, me, I don't mind taking a couple cables and stuff from the from a video camera, camera charger or something like that, just because dude just wants to be retarded on pay or something like that, or stiffing somebody else. Is I don't mind taking a T-shirt or two, And then not as to pay. I mean, you just find missing T-shirts, and I'll just have one and tell me, oh, did he buy that shirt? I'm like, well, no, but then you understand. It's kind of like that.
Well, let's get back into that subject, because this is another reason why AWS is going to take a break, because you guys have had podcasts and other guests on here and people saying, oh, Bart's a great guy, he's this, he's that, blah blah blah. But I've run into a problem where I have not been able to pay people necessarily on time, and it's a really bad feeling. As a promoter, I do not feel like a good promoter because of that. We all have our problems, but I'm not here to say, oh, this happened to me, that happened to me. Everybody's got an excuse. But one thing I do know is that I don't run away from a problem. You know, I guess that's probably why I still have a good name with everybody, is because they know I'm not running and hiding. They know that I'm doing everything I can to not only help them in their career and put them in the spotlight, but if I do owe somebody money, that they're going to get it eventually, or they've already gotten it, that it's going to come around. But I'm not running and hiding. I'm not one of these guys that, oh my God, I lost my ass and I owe everybody money, and then they disappear. You don't see them again. No, I'm not going to do that. You know, this time off is going to be to focus on paying off all debts and getting things back on track to where when I'm able to, I will come back. But not until all debts are covered.
Now, when you book the show, for example, the end.
And I think that's when the butcher will make his return back as well.
Yeah.
I just want to throw that out there. You know?
He said he wants to make money.
Well, if he's going to make his return, I guess I'm never coming back.
The Tornado has no comment on that one.
I figure we could main event this one, but I guess not.
But you know what? When you book a show and you set the ticket prices, how do you decide what the ticket price will be?
Oh my God! People bitch and moan.
Because
and
that's what I was going to get to.
They don't understand the cost of a show. An AWS show is pretty much 3 times more expensive than most local shows around this area. I don't own a ring at all. I got to pay a ring rental. Got to pay the sound man. I got to pay all the talent. You know, there's a big overhead for me. A lot of companies have a ring, so their overhead is maybe paying the ring crew guys to set it up, buy them food, whatever. But for me, I'm already out a few $100 for the ring already before the show starts. Okay. What was the damn question?
But how do you decide? Because you get a lot of fans
yeah.
Does it piss you off when you got fans?
They want to compare. They want to compare my show to somebody else's show.
I'm saying,
how come your show, your ticket is $25 for front row or $20 for general admission, but this guy is only charging $10 or $12? I go, well, you get what you paid for.
Right.
There's a big difference in the quality of the show, the talent cost of the show. I judge all the ticket sale prices, or the pricing on the tickets. I judge it on the overhead of the cost of the show. If I fly in a couple people, the tickets, they got to cost a little bit more because I'm spending that much more. Flights are not cheap for anybody from any state, So I price all the ticketing based on the overhead cost of the show.
Does it piss you off that some of these fans that maybe pay $200 to go see WWE Raw, or they go pay $50 or whatever it is for PWG, are the same people complaining?
It doesn't piss me off that they're spending the money to see what they want to see. I think that's awesome because they're supporting what they like and what they want to see. That's great. And what are you going to do? You gonna sneeze? You're sneezing? Oh, you're going to go have a drink? He gave me the signal like he's going to have a drink. What an alky.
Sorry, I got it.
Oh, it's water. Boo. But
I'm saying, like, you see somebody maybe that'll write to you on Facebook, whatever. Let's just say, oh my God, Bart, you're charging $30 for fucking front row. What's wrong with you? Da, da, da. And they know you're flying in talent. They know you have a stack card. But yeah, you see them going to a PWG show and spending, what's the price of a PWG show?
I think
$50?
they're 40, 50
$50? I mean, that's what I'm asking you. Does that?
Well, I don't know if they're necessarily going there or not, but I mean, in general, everybody a lot of people want shit for free. They want everything for free. They want the world, but they don't want to pay for it. But then, you do have your diehards that will pay whatever it takes because they want to see that product that you're doing because they know it's worth it. But, there are the few that want to bitch and complain, and those are just the tight asses, It's like, hey, if you don't want to pay, I don't want you here. Plain and simple.
Are you amazed at the fan support that you still have? That you have so many fans that still come?
No, not amazed. Like I said, everything's with timing. You can't predict a good turnout. You don't know what's going to happen. Like I said before, you might have what you think is the greatest show ever. Like, oh, I got this great card booked, and everyone's going to show up. Yeah, right. you know, timing is everything. You know, there might be another big event in town. There might be a big concert, a big baseball game, football game. You know, like we said before, there's so much to do out here. There's just so much to do out here.
Now tonight, Saturday, medication's kicking in. Saturday on the 26th, is your front seats, is it all sold out?
Front row sold out like maybe 2 weeks ago. The front row sold out. And second row has even more seats in it because, you know, you can put more seats in the second row because it overlaps. And we only have one section left in the second row that pretty much I think I gave you all those tickets for here at the store. So we've already sold, pre-sold, reserved, well over 70 tickets.
Wow.
And, you know, some promotions might laugh, that's it, ha ha ha. Well, here in SoCal, that's a big deal because some promotions don't even get 30, 40 people. Yeah. And we've already sold 70-something tickets. So we do have a very strong following fan base for this last show. It seems like people are really going to support it.
That's pretty cool.
Have you ever wrestled in Tornado in front of a crowd of 10?
Like 10 people?
Yeah.
With like 10,000?
Or, no, just 10 people. Have you ever had a show where you're just in front of like 10, 15, 20 people?
I think I wrestled like the Glass House in Pomona. We had about like maybe 12, 15 people.
Is it... You wrestle the same, or do you kind of get disappointed when you see a show?
No, I wrestle exactly the same. Just like my weight, it's like really nothing different about it. I mean, I go out there and I entertain whoever's out there.
And that's what I tell my talent too, you know. And I think that's what the fans understand with AWS and the product that we have. Whether it's a full house or if it's under 100 people, they bust their ass and give the best show that they can for whoever's there. Whether it's under 100 people or if it's over 200 people.
And then, just to let you know, Collector Tony chimed in with Norv Furnham.
Norv, yeah. Peter Avalon.
That's Peter Avalon.
Never close.
Norv Burnham.
They never close.
He was close with Norms.
No, they don't close.
Awesome. He was on the right track. We just gave up on it.
It is.
But you know, something else that with the fan support and ticket prices that you do, which you got it on my ass about too, and you're very
rephrase that because I wasn't on your ass.
Not on my ass like that. But you have told me about, and it's true. And Butcher said the same thing. A lot of these promotions don't do a lot of this promoting that you do, which is social media, flyering, and you take advantage of every way possible to get the word out there. Am I right when I say that social media and doing all this is like a full-time job?
It
and does it pay off?
Extremely time-consuming, but social media is a huge benefit for any company, any promotion, any product. You just need to do it. You can't be lazy. You can't just make one fucking flyer and post it on your page for grandma and grandpa to see. No. You have to share that shit. You have to tag people on it. Anybody that's involved in your company, they need to help as well. You know, it is not hard at all to promote a show. And I yell at people. Oh, I don't yell at them, but I mean, I ride their ass about it. Like, hey, you haven't clicked that you're going to the event yet. And I'll purposely, like, still check. And if they haven't, well, I'll put it on their wall again. I don't even care if they get pissed or annoyed. It's like, hint, hint, hint. All it takes is one click. And if you click that you're going to an event, all your friends on your face page or social media are going to see it. That's promotion. That's all it takes. That's all I ask. Something simple. You know, if you share it or share the flyer, cool. If you tell family and friends, cool. But no matter what company or what promotion you're working for, you need to think about promoting it because it might not be there tomorrow if you don't help.
Now I'm gonna ask him to shoot real quick.
Well, I wanna throw one in there because you're a vet, but I see for a fact on Facebook and Instagram, there's a few veterans. I mean, you promote the shit, you'll tag, and you know you do what you do, and I'll do what I can.
And I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I'm annoying at all to anybody. Nobody tells me that because I'm not like sharing stupid personal life crap. I'm promoting my show. I'm doing my job, you know?
But to the point that I was getting, there are some veteran wrestlers. I mean, they'll go and work for the promoters, but they won't help.
That happens a lot.
And I find that very selfish.
They're getting paid those big bucks, and they can't even share it on their page.
It's pathetic. It drives me freaking nuts.
They can't even acknowledge that they're going to be there. It happens. It happens. I mean, there's those that do and those that don't.
Right.
And, you know, nicely, if I don't see anything, like, hey, you know, can you please, you know, share this or you know. But, yeah, it's really, it sucks when they don't help.
Yeah.
Because that's more money for them, too, because if you're selling 8x10s and T-shirts, don't you want more fucking people in the house to buy your product?
Mm-hmm. Well, Collector Tony has a favorite wrestler that does that, which is Robbie E., which he will not promote any single promotion. I'm just going to throw it out there. He will not promote any single signing.
I'm sure Robbie E. is a really cool guy, and over the past 2 years, he has inquired about getting booked at AWS, but as a businessman, I just felt it wasn't going to be good business, so I didn't do it. And then when you had him here at the store, what did he do to help promote you?
Not a damn thing.
Well, there you go.
Okay, how about this? There was a pet peeve of yours that you saw when you came in here on Saturday. Do you remember what that pet peeve was?
Yes, and
Do you want to talk about it?
I talked to the promoter about it already. Here's the thing, guys, and this is not just about. I don't even think. Were you here?
Yeah, you were here.
I was here, Bob.
Something about this high.
Oh. Well, here's the thing. There's another stack right here.
Oh.
But at least it's weeks before the show.
Right.
Okay. Here's the thing, guys. No matter what company you work for, if the promoter gives you flyers, pass out the flyers in multiple places. Don't just leave a huge stack in one place and think that somebody's going to do your job for you, because no one's going to see those damn flyers. Now, when I go to, like me and Tornado went out earlier, and I went to multiple places, and I left stacks of flyers, but in multiple places.
Right.
Because I got plenty to do that with. But, yeah, it happens, you know. Somebody might say, yeah, I'll help promote your show, and you as the promoter are like, yeah, great, that's why I'm booking this guy, and you give them a stack of flyers, and they don't do shit with it. Or they'll pawn them off to a store or something and leave the whole stack. They'll leave the whole stack and want somebody else to do their job for them.
Right.
You can't do that.
I always say one of the best techniques is, if you don't want to get in trouble with the city or anything like that, you could put them in mailboxes. You know.
Is that legal?
No, it's not legal.
I don't think it's legal to touch
Not
somebody's
legal.
mailbox.
Really? Because I've done it and I've never.
Shh. Don't confess that on me. What's wrong with you?
I did not know.
What I used to do,
Like, I
too,
hope it's
if I ever found, like, newspaper stands open, I could throw flyers in there, too.
Yeah.
I would kind of just be like,
Now, you worked.
I mean, what's the harm on that? I mean, I get it, you know.
You're not paying the
It's really hard to
federal.
fly. It's really getting harder and harder to promote physical flyers these days, because there is a lot of city restrictions. You know, you can't do shit. You can't put stuff on telephone poles anymore. A lot of places won't let you put them on the cars. It's really hard.
Well, we did have an incident out here not too long ago about flyering, leaving them on windshields or the side of the window. So be careful if you're going to do that.
Yeah, the safest way is to hand people a flyer person to person, or to go to a local business and ask them if you could leave some flyers at their location. You know, what we do is we'll grab their business cards or something, and you cross-promote. You help each other.
Right.
I'm changing Collector Tony's name to Encyclopedia Tony.
What's he got now? What's he got?
He just told you, yes, and yes, it is a federal offense to touch
Tony, please.
mailbox. Thank you, Tony.
Tony, go to Sprint.
Now, you worked with a ton of promotions. Can you list all of them?
No, but I gave you a list.
No, I want to see if you can list it without looking.
Oh, my God. Oh. Okay, now working with or have helped.
Yes.
Let's see.
I wish I had the little bell so we can go ding every time he gets it right. You have one of those?
Well,
Sound effect?
I'll forget some, and not even all of them are listed on there. And I'll just say multiple Lucha Libre promotions in this area.
Okay.
I've worked with probably all of them. The new one, Lucha VIP, I have not, but I did talk to the promoter and I gave him some advice and some stuff that I saw on his show. There's another new one, but I think I know the promoters. I think the Chivos are promoting now again also. But let's just say all the Lucha promotions. Okay, I've worked with past and present, almost all of them. And the one that I started with was WPW, the original WPW, because Brian Kendrick has WPW that's Wrestling Pro Wrestling, but the one I started with was World Power Wrestling, where the, what was it, the Lucha Hose? Anaheim area?
Probably.
What did you call it earlier?
Mexico.
Mexihose.
Mexihose.
Well, I started with WPW down in Anaheim, and that's where I trained, and I trained at Lucha Libre. So I had worked with them, worked with Revolution Pro when I invited them into Frankensons.
Very good.
PCW came around. We worked with them. We did a joint show with them. They eventually sort of became Battleground Pro Wrestling, but they're not really doing anything right now. They had quite a few multiple names. MPW, they recently had a second run, but have closed down again. They were the first ones to bring in like Low Key.
Mm-hmm.
They brought Little Guido out here, Chris Jetty. They were bringing guys to where we would have them at the AWS Frankensons shop and do promotional stuff with them there.
Cincinnati
signings.
Red was there too.
And then they would go and wrestle for MPW. Oh my God, there's just so many. Recently, there's been we did stuff with QPW.
Yep.
Pro Wrestling Boshida.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Last year we did an awesome joint show in July with Santino's, and we also got the SoCal
It's funny,
Uncensored.
you forgot to put them on the list.
But I'm telling you right
Yeah.
now, so shut the fuck up. SoCal Uncensored gave B-Boy and Joey Chaos the 2014 Match of the Year award from that joint show we did with Santino's in 2014 in July. Other promotions, like I said, all the Lucha promotions, UIPW, over there at Rick Bassman's Ultimate Pro, was it Ultimate Pro Wrestling? Is that what it was called?
The Ultimate Pro Wrestling.
Yeah, that's where John Cena and all those guys were from. I was down there with WPW, whether it was setting up the guardrails or the wrestling ring, and then later doing promotional business with talent with them. God, who else? There's so many. I can't remember everybody.
Well, I'll give you some of them. Empire.
Oh yeah, of course. We've done Empire, EWF, the Empire from here. We've done 4 or 5 joint shows together since 2008. And I used to watch Jesse Hernandez on TV. He was either in AWA as a referee or a ring announcer, or getting splashed by Kamala off the top rope on WWE.
You were gonna say you seen them what?
No. I just know by just a story with Jesse Hernandez and Bill Anderson, but that's something else.
Empire out of Rossville.
Yeah, when I lived out in Tennessee, I was right on the border of Georgia, and in Rossville, Georgia, there was another company called Empire. I can't remember the whole name of the company, but I did business with them and had some women's matches from AWS there in Rossville, Georgia.
IWL.
They rented the old Frankensons parking lot from me a few times to do some shows. And then Pappy Pineda also did.
Yeah. Very good. PWG.
When PWG started, Revolution Pro Wrestling was pretty much on its way out, fading out, dying out. And there was a group of guys that was considered the 6 that were PWG.
Right.
And they came to me and said, Bart, we want to do a show for us. They just wanted to do something because they didn't really feel that Revolution Pro was promoting what they wanted anymore. So they wanted to do something for themselves. And they needed a location, and we let them have the Frankensons Arena.
and they did their first 2 shows there at Frankincense. And then came back once when they had a fallout at a venue. So I think they did 2 or 3 shows at Frankincense.
UIWA.
I think that's where Samoa Joe and Red and everybody came from.
FMLL.
That's the lucha promotion that I did the very first show with.
And you also, which people probably don't remember, ECW.
Yes, I did a lot of promoting and helping with ECW because I would, like I said, I would fly out there and I would get merchandise with from Tommy Dreamer. And I also would go out to other shows with some of the boys and flyer for ECW.
Now, what do you think of the current state of Lucha Libre in LA right now?
Oh my God! Oh, diarrhea!
Cha-cha-cha.
No, seriously, come on, guys.
Well, that's for both of you guys. What do you guys think of the current state of Lucha Libre in LA right now?
No, here's the thing. There's a difference between Lucha Libre and Lucha Underground. What you're seeing on Lucha Underground is the hybrid form of Lucha Libre, the shit that I like.
Right.
And you're seeing the top guys from Mexico, the guys that can give you a great entertaining show. Now, the problem is with locally here in SoCal, some promoters will just throw anybody out there. And some of these opening matches are just horrendous, bad, diarrhea, the shits. It's hard to fucking watch. And don't get me wrong, because I love Lucha Libre. I trained Lucha Libre. I know how to do all that shit. I probably don't know how to do it now, but I learned how to do that shit. And being a bigger guy at 6'2", 200 and something pounds, I can do a lot of that shit, or at least I did. And I tried it, and I pulled it off. Mostly in training, because I only had a handful of live matches. But I graduated, and I have experience in lucha, so nobody can sit there and say, oh, he's just a hater, he don't like lucha. No, bullshit, fuck you. I love lucha libre, but real lucha libre, good lucha libre, shit with a story, not just guys that are so horrible that they don't even know what the fuck they're doing. I mean, come on. I don't want to see 20 fucking bypasses. It's like, hit the motherfucker already. Yeah. Clothesline him, suplex, something, right? Something. My God.
I'm trying to just saw a few of us out there.
See, that's why I was just... Oh.
I think every match that I was talking about has a butcher in it.
I think so. Were you in all these matches?
Oh, I was just speaking about what he was saying, all the experience.
Maybe Butcher found out that he was the bypass and just got tired of getting bypassed. He was trying to figure out a way to...
Now here's the funniest thing. Now,
right,
what they would do to Danny Fabiano at AWS and other places, if they would keep giving him the bypass. If you don't know what that is, you know, the wrestler's coming towards you. If you're not going to give him a clothesline or something, you sidestep them and kind of like push them off, and they keep running back and forth to the ropes. They would do this to Danny Fabiano to where he would finally get tired because he was a bigger guy with a big belly. And it was just funny. It was fucking comedy because he would finally stop in the middle of the ring and hold his stomach and be sweating and huffing and puffing, and the other guy's just sitting there like, that was great. That's something you can incorporate into a match that's funny. But if you're just doing it and you're lost and then finally you try to go for a suplex, which in Lucha Libre is usually just an arm drag, and then you fuck that up, oh my God! I'm gonna go get a beer or go see what they're selling for merchandise.
Yeah.
Oh my God, guys! Ay ay ay.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna put you on the spot right now, and you don't have to answer if you don't want to. But there was a little incident, and yes, he's my buddy, so I'm gonna stand up for him. With Mariachi at a certain show where he was switched.
Oh, I can cut you off. I was already there. I know what the fuck you're gonna say.
So
he was booked in a main event at VIP, and apparently, I think it was somebody from Mexico was doing the political thing, like you asked. You know, like they grumble, they cry, they bitch, and apparently this guy was like, "Well, I'm from Mexico. How come I'm not in the main event? How come I'm not this? How come I'm not that?" So they reversed it, and they took Mariachi Loco out of the match. Their excuse was that, oh, so-and-so and so-and-so is not here yet. but they had nothing to do with the fucking match anyways. So they took Mariachi Loco out of the match and put another guy in the match, and yeah, that happened.
What do you think as a promoter?
Um,
Honest opinion.
They might have felt they were doing it. Here's the thing. I don't know the actual reason because I was not involved, but they might have done it thinking that it was going to make them a better show, but if they did it only because this guy was bitching and complaining, that's wrong.
Would you have done it if he was?
No,
bitching
I would
and
have told the
complaining?
motherfucker, get the fuck out of here, you're not wrestling tonight.
From a wrestler's perspective, do you feel like would you agree the way he felt, which was upset from being bumped without knowing the proper reason from the main event to like, what was he, the second match?
He
on
was
the card?
still booked in a really good match.
Right.
But it's not what it was promoted, you know.
How would you be pissed off like he was, or?
I really don't know what the whole situation or the problem is. Like,
Well, put it this way. If I booked you in a match that you were prepared for, and you were there, and all the other guys were there, and then we changed it, how would you feel?
if you guys changed the match,
If I took you out of the match, even though you were there and the other three guys were there.
Well, that depends. Like, if I was like driving like 4 hours and that shit happened, like, I would be kind of heated. Like,
Well, knowing it's been promoted for what, a month? It was promoted that you were going to be in that match, and that was your match, and that was going to be your match. And now all of a sudden you get to the venue and they tell you, well, we have to change
was he
your
doing
match.
anything else that day?
Give me an
was the
answer
thing
and you
he
get a
was doing.
snicker.
I mean,
You don't got no
Just
Tootsie
depends on
Rolls?
the
no, I'm just
situation
saying, like,
for
if
you.
it was a 4-hour drive, it'd be different. But if it was some like local stuff in the same situation, like locally, I wouldn't care. But if it was like something like out of town, like that would be kind of.
Well, no, he's still wrestling.
It's an honest answer, though. What he's saying is it's a long drive just to switch
I
your
mean,
name.
card subject to change. Shit happens. But, like, I wouldn't do that to anybody unless somebody was hurt or somebody didn't show up. If there was a better reason. But not just because somebody bitched about it.
Unless
No.
it was Butcher in the card, right?
And don't give a BS excuse.
Unless it was
Give
Butcher
them
in the main
actual
event.
reason.
Because anybody would Butcher.
But here's the thing. What will happen sometimes when you're a new promoter, you could get taken advantage of easier, and I think that's what happened to this promoter, that he got taken advantage of. And to make everybody happy, he thought if he did it, that was going to make everybody happy, but it doesn't. Somebody's, going to be upset.
Well, you also had a little incident where people complained about and said something, which was
Me?
that you were running the same night as PWG. And why the
Yep.
hell would you do that?
They were upset. Fuck them.
Was it already booked or was it
I
personal?
think I was there.
Fuck.
I think I was there.
At my show or PWG?
Did you book first or you don't? Did you?
You were at AWS.
Wait,
That was that day.
No, here's the thing.
oh, this is current.
When you have a business agreement with the venue you run at, a lot of times you have to give your dates well in advance.
Yep.
Because them as a business, they're booking other events at their place. And if you wait too long, you might not be able to even get a night.
Mhm.
So they asked me well in advance, we want a date for every month for the whole year. So I had my dates booked months and months in advance. And I promoted them out there so other promoters can see. Now, they could either say, okay, well, Bart's running this night, so let's run a different night. Or they could say, we don't give a fuck, let's run. Don't give a fuck if he's running. PWG probably never knew and don't really need to give a fuck that I'm running because they have their fan base that's going to go to PWG regardless of who they have booked or regardless of what else is going on. Now, the fans that are probably upset are the ones that would have liked to go to both shows but couldn't because they were on the same night.
Mhm.
Shit happens.
So you don't.
Now, promoters that purposely do it knowing that somebody else already has a show promoted in their area, that's wrong. Because some people will do it on purpose to fuck with the other promotion. That sucks. It happens all the time.
Well, I have an online question for you.
I didn't do it.
If you could build a venue from the ground up, how many people would it sit? Where would it be? And what special features would you have in that venue?
Well, I'm going to fade most of that question Because it what
That'd be cool if we had like a big old foam machine that just do like foam everywhere. Like for no reason, just to have.
That's a awesome question, but here's the thing: I'm not going to fully answer it because I don't want to give away what the future might hold.
Okay.
If it does, everybody would want bigger, better. Ask some of the girls, but oh man, you don't even no pop, nothing. Damn.
Yeah.
Wait.
Fuck you guys.
I was about to say
They
something
were
about
ready
he
for
did
that
do
foam. They
Um,
really wanted that foam.
here's the thing: I have always promoted in venues where we have a lot of space because I like space. I
Right.
want to be able to walk around. I don't want to be crammed into some little tiny place where I can't move and get around. Where we're promoting now in Southgate is probably the smallest place that AWS has promoted ever. Everybody else have been, all the other places have been bigger with bigger space. Frank and Sons was huge. We were able to fit, like 500 if we wanted to. When I had the parking lot across the street outside, I could fit as many as I wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
Countless amount of people. But I've always looked at it that way for AWS. I would never want to really downsize AWS and take away from what we've done all these years. So what he's asking is a great question, but I don't want to give all the details out because then that would be saying what I want to do or what I wish I would have done already. But of course, yeah, everybody wants a place that could fit a few hundred people. I wouldn't want nothing too big, and I had this conversation with Sabu also, because these tighter venues, you get a better reaction from people. Everyone's closer to the ring. The atmosphere is just great. The energy's great. But a place that could fit at least 500 would be awesome, And I'll leave it at that.
Well, if you were to, if you do make a return back, will you still do it here in Southgate, or will you think of another location or another
This
county?
is a great home base. And we built it up really, really good. And I hope that fans continue to support what's at Southgate, because Santino's is going to be promoting shows there now. They have a show on October 10th. And they have a great card. I hope the place still stays on the level to where it's packed, because regardless if it's AWS or Santino's, I want what we've built up to continue. And yes, I would definitely promote again here in Southgate at that venue.
One word answer. And don't. If I got you a venue, worked out a pretty good deal, and only thing that they ask you is put on a family-friendly show with no, no cussing, whatever. Would you be able to do it? Yes or no?
Yeah, we had to. AWS was totally at Frank and Sons. We had tons of restrictions. I was in trouble all the time. Every show somebody slipped up with a bad word or something got too violent, I got in trouble.
Do you think you still get the same following at a show like that?
I've always wanted to get away from the PG family show because, like I said, that ECW style is kind of like what I really liked and fell in love with at the time, and that's why I really got back into wrestling. But I always told everybody, I was like, damn, if we could just do some night shows at a bar where everybody can drink, we'll pack the place, and like a PG-13 R-ish type show, but not totally over the top, not too vulgar, not too, some of these places are just nonstop, fuck. And it gets old after a while, whatever.
Okay. Now I'm gonna ask you real quick, and before we wrap it up here.
But yeah, I could easily do a family show.
Okay.
Oh, you're kicking us off already?
No. We're gonna play a little game. I'm gonna say one name.
As long as there's no KY coming out here, what's going on here?
Damn it! Damn! I gotta go put it back.
That's right. That little pocket rocket away.
I'm gonna say a name, one word name, and then you give me a one-word answer.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna do the same with the promotions.
It's a one-on-one game.
Here we go. One-on-one. Are you ready? I'll say the first one, and then you say the next
Is
one.
this
Okay?
thing on?
What
All right, here we go.
I name the names here?
Yeah,
or-
you get one. But I'm gonna pick the first name.
Okay.
Shelly.
Shelly who?
I know that girl. Go to work at Quiznos.
All right.
No,
Butcher.
You mean wrestling?
Yeah, I'm gonna say the name. Shelly
Shelly who?
Martinez.
oh,
One word
Martinez.
answer?
One word answer.
Hypocrite.
Your turn.
Positive vibes.
No, your turn to pick a name.
Oh,
You're supposed to say one word anyways, fool.
okay. Let's try Cholo.
Cholo.
Short.
Let me think. There's
One
so
word
many
answer.
different words for Cholo.
Little.
There you go.
Oh,
No, I'll leave it at talented.
Talented.
Yeah.
Okay, Roy.
Eli.
Eli Everfly?
Eli Everfly.
Short.
All right, that's Tornado's answer.
Let me see. Oh, you said short?
Yeah.
Okay, I can't use that one then. Eli Everfly.
Little. You can't use his name at all, right? No.
Let me see. Acrobatic.
All right,
Yeah, he got.
Mariah, and not Carrie.
Oh, Mariah Carey. Oh my God, I can go on. I can go on and on about Mariah Carey. Oh
Mariah.
my God. Mariah confused.
Okay.
All right. Biagio.
Short.
Okay. I know you don't know him too well.
Blonde.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right? Tornado.
that's me.
That's two words.
One word answer.
Oh. C.
Let me see. Tornado. I'd say for tornado, I'd say back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Impact.
That's 2 words.
Well, I'm gonna say the whole.
Wait,
name.
that's his name?
Yes.
Today?
Okay. Yours.
Oh, Mr. Impact. I know who he is.
One word answer.
I'd say
Short.
Lost.
Okay.
Also.
Also local.
Not so short, kind of large. That was a lot of words. Sorry.
Bart.
Also loco. Persistent.
Mac. Willie Mac.
Willie Mac?
Mm-hmm.
Before. That's all I got.
I got one about Willie Mac. Shit.
Yeah. That worked.
All right. Sabu.
I guess pointing don't work, huh?
Can't point. They can't hear it.
Can't point north.
Sabu.
Honest opinion. One word.
I'll say innovative.
Okay.
Drake.
Drake Younger.
Mm-hmm.
Family Man.
I'm gonna say
Family.
dynamite. He comes in with that
You know what?
dynamite.
I'm going off the list.
All right.
Butcher.
Short.
Now it sounds like a 2-part word, but it's not. Diarrhea.
That's one word.
I'm kidding.
All right. Famous B. Short.
No, famous B ain't short, dog. That's messed up.
Oh, I just thought you were gonna go with that one.
I can't say
Famous B.
do-rag.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna say happy.
Happy? Okay.
I want to say do-rag. Does that count?
He's always happy.
Amos.
Go.
No, actually, famous B is pretty talented too.
Yes.
I'll change mine to talented.
Okay.
Okay. My turn or your turn?
Yeah, go ahead. We'll leave this one last.
Okay. Scorpio.
Scorpio Sky.
Starbucks.
Underrated.
How about, and our last one, Mil Máscaras.
Grandpa.
Grandpa?
I don't know. I don't know if I can use one word to describe this man. I mean, that's a lot of mascaras. It's like, can I pick one mascara?
You could try.
I know, right?
we referred to him in AWS as Grandpa Meal.
Oh, okay.
He is a living legend.
How about B-Boy?
B-boy,
Uncle.
leader.
Okay. Now I'm going to ask you about some promotions. One word. Okay? One word.
Wow. He's trying to get me heat.
I am going to get you
He's
heat.
trying to get me some heat.
Lucha VIP.
Learning.
Okay. How about any promotion you want to throw out there? Come on, don't hold back.
No, I'm thinking.
You don't know any.
I got a one-word answer. I got one-word answer from my.
VIP is a good place to work. I mean, they allow me to showcase my talent. You know what I'm saying? And plus all the Mijas like me. Is that what they call Mijas?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure I say it correctly.
UIPW.
UIPW. Better. As in getting better from when they started.
Santino's.
Awesome. I say persistent. That's what they do.
Let me think.
I'm putting him on the spot today.
I was going to give him the Lionel Richie and say outrageous, but you know.
Hey, when we were at that record store, did you see the Lionel Richie vinyl?
They had a band like Bill.
Was that at Urie's?
Yes, we were there.
Love that place.
Santino's, wow. I don't know if I can sum them up in one word. Like AWS, we are probably the ones that promote our companies the most and are very on top of what we're doing and very persistent. Let me say.
Persistent.
No, I gave that to somebody else. Santino's. I'll just say respect. I got respect for what they do with the school, so I'll give them respect.
All right. How about the last one? AWS. One word.
Alternative.
One word to describe AWS. Opportunity. That's what we want, because that's pretty much where all my came from and through. I can't complain about none of that. That was a lot of words that came out too. So I'm sorry about that. I was getting a little happy and butchery right now.
How about you, Butcher? One word for AWS.
No, that is a good one, what he says, because a lot of people have thanked me, male and female, that I've given them opportunity. And I do what I can for people. When I feel they deserve it or I have earned it, and sometimes I just give people a shot. It's up to them to run with the ball. Some have dropped it. Some have been given the ball, ran with it, and then later stab you in the back. But, hey, that's life.
All right, now, just for me. One word answer. Wrestling Guy Podcast.
Like this one, right? Like this one,
Like
right
this? Oh, we're being recorded?
I think so.
Shit.
Oh, fuck.
Come on, I slipped you guys a 20. Come on.
We want a 25.
Fuck.
We got
Butcher, I told you to give him the extra 5.
Stiffed again.
No?
Well, here's the thing. I'll tell you why I come here to your podcast and don't do other podcasts, because the others that I've heard locally are not up to quality standard, and I just don't like doing things that are half-ass or hard to hear, hard to listen to. I personally don't like talking on a phone, and I will not call into any show to do anything like this, so I'm more of a one-on-one type thing, like,
right.
You know, so we're able to record it. All of us are on the same audio level, you know, we're not getting any feedback, we're not getting any echo. Even though Butcher is a butcher and fucks up all the time, he's not just sitting here stumbling, going, yeah. You know, I listen. I love the guys for their support. But I listened to the Rick Knox podcast, and I thought I was watching Easy Money, where the black guy in the background goes, "Yeah." Have you seen that movie?
Yes.
Was that you last night in your limousine? And the black guy goes, "Yeah." That's what I heard. I'm like, how many times can I hear "yeah" and You know what?
Well, if you're editing, those videos, you hear that all the time. I mean, you got the headphones
If
on.
you're gonna do social media, podcasts, anything, you got to do your best to be on it. Quick. You can't be
Pronto.
You can't be stumbling. You got to know what you're doing.
I mean, be in character. My advice is be in character. Don't be a fuck up. I mean, even though I act sometimes what I'm doing,
It's not an act.
but you know what? It's part of my little gimmick that I always like to do up here on the podcast, and it works because I like for these dickheads here in front of me. They want to give me heat, but you know what? That's what I do because I like for them to to shine. So, I enjoy every guest that we've had here at the podcast, and it makes it fun and interesting to know where they're coming from.
Yeah.
And I, we like to promote the business as well.
You guys make it entertaining, and if something is just serious all the way across the board, it's going to be boring. People are just going to stop listening. It's not funny anymore. You got to incorporate everything, And I really never listened to any of the podcasts before until recently because I've had the time. And you've had some good characters on here that were entertaining, and it made me want to listen more. Like the girl from Tough Enough.
Yeah.
I don't know who the hell she is.
Daria.
But, now I know who she is. And I was listening to her podcast, and she has character. She's entertaining.
And she's gorgeous.
And the podcast flowed.
Right.
And it was easy to listen to. That's what I like. The one with Famous B, even the one with Tito, the one with Ray's. These ones with Los Luchas. I've listened to a lot of these that I wasn't here for.
But you know what? I gotta say this,
and I didn't turn them off. I listened to them all the way through because they were entertaining.
And all the guests that we've had here,
besides Captain Comic-Con,
including him. But you know what? I love what I gotta give these guys shine so that way they can look up. So.
Well, you know what I think makes the show a success too is we all take our criticism, and Bart is very hard on criticism, but I don't get butthurt by it, And Tony, when he's listening to it, and Butcher, he gives me tips. And
poor David. If you guys don't know, I also help out when I can on social media for the podcast, and when I see things that aren't really up to what I would conceive as the level of what we've been doing, I let David have it.
Yeah.
I really let him have it and say, "What the fuck are you doing? You just, you're downgrading the show now. Blah 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 blah." And I think he understands that I'm just trying to help, and I'm not just being a dick saying, "Oh, I know what I'm talking about," and listen to me. And
you got to be willing to listen as a person, because the only way you can get better is to listen and see.
I mean, how else are you supposed to listen? You're supposed to listen to other humans all the time. That's all that's around you. I mean, unless you got the TV on with other humans talking on it, it's still humans saying something, right?
Right. I agree. All
right, before we wrap up, let me mention.
He's kicking us off again. We ain't got nowhere else to be, do we?
Tornado can't really tell you nothing else about humans that you don't already know.
I'm glad that the Human Tornado is back. Now, he disappeared for a while.
Yeah, you did. You know what? Real quick, why did you disappear for a while?
Well, no. Here's the thing. Let me finish. Even though you may have seen him around or seen him at a show, Human Tornado has been gone for a few years. He has not been here. Physically, he's been here, but now Tornado's back. I'm happy. Everybody's happy. Everyone wants to see the Human Tornado back in action. Now he just won another title here in SoCal for UEW.
Sorry, Biagio.
Hey, it's my country.
Now, we never got on the subject of hardcore wrestling.
Yes.
Here's the thing.
All right. Well, yeah. Tell us. What do you think of this UEW?
Look at that. Looks good on me.
Well,
better
no,
than you, right?
not
Damon,
in
particular.
general
Still,
UEW.
Hey, that's because I polished it.
But
See?
well, we can't even talk because these fucks over here are
Okay,
going
let's go.
at it.
No, that's just obvious stuff.
Go ahead,
I don't
Bart.
understand it, but it's good.
For those that can't see right now, Butcher's holding the UEW
Okay,
Looks
now-
better on
TV
me.
championship.
Go ahead, Bart. Finish off.
Now there's a market for hardcore wrestling, but I don't necessarily. And this is my opinion. You know, I'm not here to bash anybody, and people don't have to like it. But there's no reason for them to hate me because of my opinion. The way most hardcore is done these days, I just don't like. I don't like it at all. The hardcore that I like if you watch the 1995 death matches from Japan and stuff like that with Cactus Jack, Terry Funk, and then even later, like the barbed wire match that Sabu did with Terry Funk. These matches had great build-up and storyline to where at the first 5 seconds of the match, they're not hitting each other with everything they can imagine.
No.
They wrestle before it got to that point, to where you're waiting for it. You want it, and they tease it, and they tease it, and they tease it. And then finally, when you get it, the house blows up. But bell rings, tornado, hey, boom! I'm going to hit him with something. Okay, all right. Okay. Next match, same thing happens. Next match.
So you like the foreplay?
Yes. Yes. Fondle my
That's
balls
true.
first.
Well, that's true.
Fondle my balls first before you play with the shaft.
Speaking of Japs.
Wow. Wow.
No, really. Listen. How do you feel? I mean, they posted up on YouTube. This wrestler beating up a 9-year-old. I mean, she's like fighting this guy in a ring, and then another wrestler is fighting with the doll. Have you catch any of those YouTube clips?
I haven't seen it, and it really
it gives away everything about pro wrestling. It's like,
Oh, how about the Young Bucks super kicking that kid?
Oh, that was fucking awesome.
Now, that shit was awesome.
That was awesome.
Yep.
Because there was a story there, and it was cute. It was
Okay.
entertaining. That was family.
okay, well, watch the one put 9-year-old girl with the wrestler, and then when you have a chance, then go look on
YouTube for the Japanese wrestles a doll.
a Jap wrestles a doll.
9-year-old girl
God.
was wrestling.
No, I mean it's just like it makes it look like, see guys, pro wrestling is fake. Pro wrestling is this, and you know what? It's just like it gives away a lot of techniques of like how
Does
people.
it? Well, unfortunately, that's been given away 20 years ago when they were doing all these
but
videos and stuff on how the secrets are done, just like they gave away a lot of magic tricks. But if the entertainment is there and it works, I'm all for it.
Right.
But when it lacks a story and is just done for no reason, I'm against it. In any form.
watch the
in
clips.
any form.
you'll see what I mean.
And you know what? I went to Santino Brothers and I watched them train. And watching them train, seeing everything that they go through, I had so much more respect for the wrestlers. So much more. I don't care if they show the little girl wrestling the guy wrestling the doll. The dedication, the skill that they have to go through, it's just incredible.
Well, I care, Roy.
Let me ask you, is there a match that is your favorite from all the AWS matches you've had?
We've had way too many to be a favorite. We've done stuff that I never thought possible that we were going to pull off, and we did it. Stuff that's popular even today, like the 5 girls versus 5 guys. Like, I don't recall really seeing that anywhere else, and then now it's everywhere. All over the internet, you'll see it in multiple promotions, and it happens quite often. Not saying that we were the first, but we're pretty much known for have done it, you know. And even You know, even the intergender matches are not anything new in the world of pro wrestling, but we've been doing it ever since like AWS started. Not all the time, but every once in a while. But now you see intergender matches all the time. All the time.
Oh yeah, you can let women know they can step up to this 3-minute challenge too if they want to shot at this bad boy right here. I mean, 3 minutes without getting slapped. I mean, go ahead, try.
Now back to the hardcore wrestling subject. I'm all for seeing people beat the shit out of each other because I love a good fight. Don't get me wrong. You know, it is entertainment, but on the promoter side of things, it's easy to pick apart because I'm not just a fan. So maybe it's a little bit harder for me to enjoy it unless there's, you know, something new thrown into the mix. Like there was a show, I think it was Mex Pro, and even I marked out because it was fucking awesome. You got Supreme and I think it was Carnage, and they're beating the shit out of each other with everything, and the blood's flowing, you know, and it's like, okay, you know, this is a typical death match. All of a sudden, boom, the lights go off, and they both light up lightsabers. They're light tube lightsabers. But it was different. It was cool, and they hit each other with the lightsabers, and they're light tubes, and they break. But little things like that, it's like, okay, you know, you guys just did something different. Hey, I marked out. It was awesome. It was an awesome moment. Yeah, I just wish with hardcore it was done. I wish it was done today the way it used to be done, because now it's just. I don't know, it's just, not saying that it's over the top, but it is, and I just can't get into it these days.
You know what? Let me ask you this. Do you get an itch to wrestle still? Like there's times like, maybe I just want to, just for shits, you know, I want to get in a ring.
I did in 2012 when I did that little spot against Joke, but nah, right now I just feel like. Have you seen the Have you seen the movie The Doors with Val Kilmer?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Where at the end he's kind of out of shape and got the beard and just tired. That's how I feel.
So you're not going to join the revolution?
Revelation.
Revelation. I'm butchering that.
No.
Well, the way it's going, he might.
I'm just tired. I need my break. I mean, in the back of my mind, it would be like, oh, that'd be awesome if I could put on a good match and show people, you know, what I can do. But I haven't trained in years. You know, I would probably suck so bad that I wouldn't even want to book myself.
What about as a manager?
Last time I did a manager spot, it was Cholo versus Adam Pearce at AWS for the NWA Heritage title, I think, and it was a night show behind the shop, and I was brought out as the manager for Cholo, and Adam Pearce had Vanderpyle with him, and I had done stuff years prior to that where I was even handcuffed to Vanderpyle at the ringside so he couldn't get involved, you know, little shit like that. It's cool. It's fun to be involved once in a while, and a lot of time the boys will egg me on to do something, and I usually always end up turning it down. But they always try to get me in there to do something. Yeah. There was one year where Alcatraz hit me with the chair so hard it wrapped around my head, and I fell down with the chair on my head, and a tooth went flying, and another one was chipped, and I had just gotten them fixed at the dentist. My girlfriend was pissed. But I told Alcatraz, I go, if you hit me like a fucking pussy, I'm not going to fucking sell it. I go, you better fucking blast me. And he, wham! That chair echoed through Frankensons, and everybody was like, God damn! And I probably had a concussion because my head was throbbing for a long time. But yeah, they carried me out. Everybody was like, oh my God! Cholo leans over and he's like, are you okay, fucker? and I just squeezed his hand, and he's like, he knew I was okay, but nobody else knew I was okay. And that's how well we sold it. They carried me out and then told everybody to leave, and everybody's like, oh my God, is he okay? It's like, yeah, you know, shit like that. It was cool.
Yeah. going to read this list here of guys you've had on the show. We got about 15 minutes.
What
That-
show?
On your AWS.
Didn't we just?
This is a list of post WWE or ECW, WCW.
Oh, after they've already established.
Paul
the
London,
name.
Brian Kendrick, Teddy Hart, Sabu, Daphne, Raven, Gangrel, Francine from ECW, Super Parca, Dos Caras, Junior and Senior, right? Which, for those that don't know, Junior is Alberto Del Rio. Kanik, Sanjay Dutt, New Jack, Sandman, Balls Mahoney, Conan. Hey, that's you.
Fuck you.
Roadkill, Mil Máscara, Blue Panther, El Torito, El Hijo del Santo, Blue Meanie, La Parca, Shocker, Ese Rios, Rey Mysterio Sr., Psychosis, and Ryu Sakata. That's
Ryu Sakota.
Sakota.
You're missing
Now,
Oh, sorry.
He's the gentleman. I couldn't remember the name when I was here last
Molina.
time.
You're missing
And Molina.
He was the. There's tons more I can't even remember. But he was the one I couldn't remember that was in the trios with Jimmy Wang Yang. They were the three Oriental guys dressed up in suits. They were in WWE. It was kind of like an authority thing they were doing at the time. I can't even remember what year it was.
Wasn't, oh my God.
You're not even going to remember, so it don't matter. But that was him.
I think I know who it is. I can't remember his damn name now. Oh.
That's a good list.
And then you had a match here, Alex Kozlov versus Fergal Devitt.
Yes. That was one of...
February 18th, 2006.
That was I think we had Fergal at least 2 or 3 times wrestle, and now he's the NXT champion.
So let me,
It was great to have him.
Yeah.
I didn't even know who the hell he was. We were working with the NWA version of the promotion here with Dave Marquez, and they were also involved with the New Japan Dojo at the time, and we were getting talent from all over the place, and he was one of them that we were able to get.
Let me ask you this. With all the history we've gone over, and the history we went over in part 1, if you take off after this show, can you take off happy, satisfied, or do you have a lot more to accomplish?
I don't think I have anything to prove at all. I mean, I've done stuff that I didn't even think I was gonna do. And like I said, never really thought I was ever gonna be a wrestling promoter. The fans demanded it because they told me I was doing so much business with the autograph signings and stuff. They're like, why don't you just do your own promotion, blah, 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 blah. And that's how that came about. I've got to work with talent that I was a fan of, and I've got to help talent make themselves somebody, help them develop their character a little bit. So I'm proud of all that stuff. I don't think I have anything to prove or accomplish, but if I could, there's bigger and better things I would love to do.
You're not going to tell us yet.
Fuck no.
Now, if you didn't do wrestling, what would you be doing?
Porn.
Okay, fair enough. Keep going. Would
Right?
you?
We're gonna make a porno title. Didn't they have one at XPW? Did they have a porno title?
Yeah, they had all the porn. Hanging porn, saying the moose porn.
This Saturday.
I think I can get a job with my tattooed dong.
This Friday. Hey, where's the Twitter?
I guess he wants to see it.
Coming.
Oh, I don't want to see that.
You know what? I'm gonna break this up. Is it not the? I really want to know. Is it true that you have a tattoo in your weenie?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a fact.
Did it hurt?
It's not just one. It's multiple places. It's a concept.
I mean, like, what did you write on it?
I
What's
just like Bam Bam Bigelow.
It says Bam Bam on it.
It's got a little fiery flames around it.
Yeah.
I guess we all get the idea.
Let's go on right here. AWS, the end. We are going to be there. We're going to do the pre-show, 2-hour pre-show
yes.
from 5 to 7. Before that, though, we get the beautiful Trina.
Now what's gonna happen at that pre-show? Because I know people want to get involved on it. No, fuck you. You can't come.
Yes.
This is a private thing because we will be getting ready for the show, but the podcast will be going on in a part of the show where during the show, multiple AWS guests will be interviewed.
Yes.
Plain and simple. So
Plain
this
and
is
simple.
not open to the public. You can listen. It will be live, right?
Yes, it will.
But you'll have to wait in line for the show, and you can't physically view the podcast.
No.
You can listen to it.
You can listen to it, but you cannot be there. Engineer Roy, Butcher,
And then,
me,
yes,
myself will do hour one.
Trina will be here on Friday.
Yes, and then hour two will be with Tony, as Butcher.
Tony's going to be here.
Yeah, Butcher.
Tony!
Now, on Friday, though, before everything is Trina Michaels will get us started.
I'll be back here with
I think Tornado's here too, right?
maybe.
He's got a grin on
He's
his
got
face.
that grin.
Guys, it's Trina Michaels.
I think he might help us co-host that podcast.
Or drool, one of the two.
Now the store will be open.
The
during
store will be
Trina's
open. She will
podcast.
bring pictures, and she will be taking pictures.
Yeah, guys,
pictures, but it won't be free.
Guys, don't come down here wanting to just meet her and get a free autograph. No, fuck you. If you're gonna come down, be polite. Even if you want a personal item or something autographed, buy a picture or a T-shirt from her.
Yes.
You know, don't come down just trying to fucking take up space. You
Yeah,
know,
don't-
be polite. If you're gonna come down, if you want to ask her a question, cool. You know, but.
Yeah, don't come down here drooling.
Have some manners, and we're gonna have a fun day with that.
Only Tornado can be the one drooling.
Well, obviously I'm gonna be drooling like regardless, like, but you guys gotta pay attention to them rules and regulations though.
You want to run down the card, or
Yeah,
AWS
actually, I
on
was gonna do
Saturday?
that at the beginning, but then we just got on to other shit. And I don't know if anyone's even still listening. But in case you're still listening, and Che Cabrera flaked today, but he had some personal problems at home. Not personal problems, everything's fine. But like a man, he's taking care of his mother
Yes.
because she needed his help. We were going to give away tickets on his podcast, but I think we'll just wait till Friday when Trina's here. Okay, so like I said, if you want to reserve your seats, you better do it because otherwise you'll have to fight at the door to get a good seat for the show. We're going to have one-on-one Human Tornado versus Hector Canales. First time ever.
Right.
At the last show, they mixed it up in a tag match, but Hector wants revenge on you guys.
Yeah, he picked the best one, huh? We'll see there, Hector.
Trina Michaels will be in the house. Andy Brown from EWF will be going up against Tito Escondido. We got Reyes and Levan Dutch versus Kitana Vera and Datura. We're going to have an opening six-man with Marcus Riot, who hates being called Marcus Riot these days, but I'm always going to know him as Marcus Riot, so fuck you stoner.
Right.
Him and Leo Blaze with Biggie Biggs versus Mondo Vega. Eli Everfly and Cadillac with Captain
Wait a minute.
Hospitalized
Is that Chris
Comic-Con.
Cadillac?
Yeah,
He's going to be there.
he's going to be there.
You have to get him on the pre-show.
We'll see.
I have not seen that guy in ages.
I fear you get a boner.
Well, you said Chris Cadillac.
Yeah!
Ain't that some?
That's what I say.
And another one returning is a former AWS heavyweight champion, Johnny Paradise. He's going to be going up against Tyler Bateman. We're going to have a lucha, beyond amazing tag team scrambled match that's just, you guys won't want to miss that. It's Piloto Suicida, Shamu Jr. as a team versus SoCal Crazy with Mariachi Loco, Dr. Maldad with Acero Dorado, Mercurio Jr. Now his partner just had to cancel. Why are you shaking your ass right now? So you don't want to miss that. And one of the biggest talked about match. Just you can leave that play. One of the biggest, not that loud, motherfucker. Referee versus referee that people are waiting for. Vic Knox versus Justin Borden. That's going to be awesome. Another match that people are really waiting for. Sage Sin versus Thunder Rosa. Scorpio Sky, the new lightweight champion, versus Che Cabrera. And the main event, PP Ray and Willie Mack versus B-Boy, Cholo, and Famous B.
God dang, that's a freaking...
It's a great card, but why are you playing that cucaracha music?
That was our promo ad.
That was our promo. Come on.
Well, I mean, it's Mariachi's local. I like the Butcher's music. You should have put some Rob Zombie or something.
The Butcher's music is crickets.
Is there anything we didn't go over?
I think we covered everything.
What is it, like midnight now?
On the East Coast, it's 1 in the morning.
Yeah. It's going to be 10
Wake your ass up.
And you forgot
I forgot.
the return of
My balls.
AWS. The return of
What?
Them balls.
the return of.
We said her name.
Yeah, you did.
Multiple times.
Oh shit!
You're just hypnotized.
Trina.
I was. I mean, can you blame me?
What do
Really?
you think of Cadillac?
I was. And make sure you guys listen. And we also have a big announcement here, which if Bart wants to announce, our next autograph signing.
We actually talked about him. The ad, the event page, all that stuff is not.
It's up actually now.
Oh, did he post it?
It's up. It's got a
posted
very sick banner.
All right. I'll be sharing that tomorrow like crazy and annoying everybody. Grandpa Mil Mascaras will be here at the Alternative Wrestling Guy store.
Whoa.
It worked. Hey, that sounded pretty good, though.
Kind of like an NWO thing, just kind of sash it
it
out.
sounded
and
pretty
put
good.
alternative.
But no, for the first time ever,
Yes.
the Hall of Fame legend, Mil Mascaras, will be right in your store.
Yes,
That's
October
awesome.
17th from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. So,
I can't.
How old is he now?
You don't want to ask that.
I'll ask him when I.
oh,
You know what? The butcher's gonna take his mask off once and for all.
I can't
I'm
wait.
gonna.
I can't wait to see him. I have not been able to see him in a few years.
so make sure you guys come check that out.
Bring your cameras.
Also,
Butcher's gonna take his
I
mask
want to
off.
say October 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, there is the
Sabor de Mexico Lindo.
that is the big street festival that will be taking place at Huntington Park. The Butcher Shop will be airing live, so any wrestlers want to come down and
And Tornado's
check out
back
the
in
Tornado.
action.
Tornado's back in action at-
where?
Every damn word that wants to accept young black man like myself. I mean, I am available at any damn time. Hit me up on those Twitter handles and Facebook handles, and just search for my brother anywhere. I mean, you can actually contact Bart or the Wrestling Guy store just to contact me. I mean, you can contact anybody. I mean, let's all reach out and touch each other's hand right now, if we can. I mean, if you're on the radio, just listen to yourself. Don't do it. Go ahead, grab your own hand. I mean, you don't have to grab yourself, but grab your own hand. I mean, just make some type of unification over here in this uniform network of us.
And you just listen to Kate.
Whatever, you know what I'm saying? You try to be all extra soulful about being the butcher. That sucks that you still are the butcher, but you try. You're a good sport. That's all I can really say.
Well, on October 10th, you have your choice in the area of two different shows. You can go see Tornado at UEW,
yes.
and Santino's will also be in Southgate.
In
on
Southgate.
October 10th. So you got two shows that night to choose from.
So we got a busy October. Butcher, who's going to be your guest at the fair?
I don't know. We'll soon find
Maybe
out.
Tornado.
Wait, you going to the fair?
Yeah.
What fair?
Bring your belt.
Wait, which fair are you going to?
Huntington Park.
Street Fair.
October 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. I'll be there.
Wait, October 3rd and 4th.
2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
Oh, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Oh, that sounds awesome. I've never been to a fair. I mean, it's so small, but it's cool. Like, it's going to be a lot of people there, right?
Oh, there'll be a lot of people, a lot of food. There's gonna be there's a
Okay,
window.
that doesn't sound so small.
They're gonna
KTLA.
People show up. So yeah, we definitely gotta check this place out. Spread the word about these lovely events going around in the area.
a lot of hot Mexican mamas out there.
They can always find out the information too. We really don't leave nobody out there.
I'd like to thank the new underground iTelevision champion for joining us today. Let's give it up for Tornado.
Thank you guys.
Let's give it up to the man himself, Bart. Butcher for staying up.
Thank you, bro.
I know he's heavily medicated. Engineer Roy. Encyclopedia Tony.
Yes.
Thank you guys. We went 3 hours.
You broke your record.
Well,
You had to
we
break
had
your-
help with Tornado.
You had to break your
Oh,
own.
you guys set the new record.
Yeah, well, here's the thing.
Well, the first one too, because you had what's her name?
Renee Michelle.
Yes.
Renee. She's doing very well in Japan. I'm very happy for her.
Got 2 minutes. Any
2
final
minutes.
close?
Well, everyone just understand opinions are everybody's opinions, and we're not really here to bash anybody, just to have fun with all of it. So if you did get butt hurt, well, hey,
Sorry.
too bad, but we didn't mean any disrespect to anybody. We're just having fun.
I couldn't agree more.
For the Wrestling Guy podcast, we are